This is a production of Hockey Night in Oswego, only on WTOP.
You can see the number one Pete Sears hanging in the rafters with it feeling just like 1 degree outside. Guys, welcome back. Class is back in session here at SUNY Oswego. The Lakers taking on the Nazareth Golden Flyers tonight. Welcome into the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. I'm Eddie McAlpine, joined by Michelle Smith and Aiden Saavedra. Guys, besides cold, how are we feeling tonight?
I think we're feeling good. We got a pretty good crowd coming in to start this year out for Oswego. I think we're feeling good. We got 6 straight wins coming into this game. Momentum's riding high for this team, so feeling pretty good.
I'm happy to be back on the perch. I missed it over that long winter break, and I'm sure the Lakers are excited to be back home here tonight in the Deb after a really close call in Pittsburgh this week.
Absolutely. We are happy to be back, but with that being said, let's get right into it. Our matchup preview for tonight as the number 4 ranked Oswego Lakers will welcome in the visiting Nazareth Golden Flyers. Guys, what can you tell me about this one tonight?
Like I mentioned, the Oswego Lakers did come off a really close call. They came back with 4 goals to win 5-4 versus Plattsburgh very recently this week. I think that they'll be excited to play at home. It's a little bit, empty in here due to the weather, but the Lakers faithful are famous for how into it they get over here. And I think Nazareth is going to be looking for a win after a devastating 9-1 loss on the road. So we'll see how that goes tonight for each team.
I think both of these teams coming into this game, 2 very different perspectives. Last 2 games, Oswego's won. We said 6 of the last 7. We've had a comeback win against Plattsburgh. Nazareth's coming off a big loss to Utica, 9-1. I think the momentum coming to this team definitely leaning towards Oswego. Also, we had to look back to the last time these 2 teams played each other. It was back on October 25th, ovarian cancer night. Oswego ended up taking that one by a score of 4-0. I think we're going to see a similar game to what we saw. Obviously, the first one's exhibition. This one's going to mean more. But now that both teams have settled, I think Oswego has an upper hand.
Highlighting off what you said, Nazareth has been outscored 14-2 in their last 2 games, both against Utica, of course dropping those 2. So they are in need of a big momentum swing here as they enter the Deb F. Stanley Arena. But this Lakers team is hot, man. They're coming into it. They're on a tear over break. Let's talk about what we missed. We were all at home, right, enjoying our winter break, no classes, but this Lakers team was working. Michelle, what can you tell me about them over break?
Yeah, so they won by multiple goals every game over our winter break. So really without not counting the Plattsburgh game, which was won by 1 goal and that crazy switch up there towards the end. But there was 1 repeat scorer in that 5-4 final for Oswego versus Plattsburgh, and that was Matt McQuaid. So I think they're kind of coming in off of that momentum with McQuaid. We'll talk a little bit later about some of his accolades this week. I think that a lot of that energy for the team that we're expecting to see is going to come from Matt McQuaid after that great performance over the break from him.
Yeah, that Plattsburgh game, I heard they were down 4-1, and the Lakers making the comeback, taking that one 5-4, as you said, McQuaid with 2 goals, and he had a 3-point night. But Aiden, Nazareth, they played some games over break too. What can you tell me about them?
Nazareth did. They came in the record 2-4 in that tournament. Over break, they've been 2-2, 2 wins, 2 losses. Obviously, we saw that big one, 9-1 against Utica, 5-1 against Utica. They did beat Cortland in a big game in overtime. Logan Tobias, he's not playing tonight, but he had that game winner in overtime. He was going to be my player to watch. They've made some roster adjustments coming into this game. But those 2 5-1 and 9-1 losses look really big out there. They've struggled to put offense together. And with a goalie like Michael Manzi in that tonight, it's going to be even harder for them.
Yeah, 2-2 record, not the worst, not the best. Of course, coming off back-to-back losses to Utica University, it's going to be hard to bounce back from that. But now we're going to take the time to send things down to our ringside reporter, Piper Kiernan. Piper, what can you tell us about tonight's theme? We apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll join up with Piper later, but for now, we're going to send things to a quick break as we'll be right back here on WTOP 10.
but I would have liked to see more on, Poutine or something. I don't think he's very nice.
He's so annoying, and he's not very funny either.
He got that hot dog at one time. I don't know why he would do such a thing.
I'm not sure why he's still playing a Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii is so old. I've tried reporting him like 600 times, and nobody's answering my phone calls.
Welcome back to the DK experience. Go back to your job.
Every NFL fan has prayed for the last 15 games. They beat.
Writing a letter to the NFL fans? Get out of here with that.
Let me finish. No,
finish.
Stop.
Johnny Manziel, that guy, he's a loser.
No, that's.
Watch the DK experience.
What we do here is go back.
Cooked! You know it's cooked when it's not raw anymore?
Gordon Ramsay can see here.
Cat cam.
Because Kenny pulled a picture of him. Yeah. Yeah.
The Lakers on the ice, moments away from puck drop as they are looking to take this one over the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Welcome back to the WTOP 10 pregame show. I'm Eddie McAlpine, once again joined by Michelle Smith and Aiden Saavedra. We've got another person on our crew tonight. Let's quickly throw things down to Piper Kiernan, and she's got more on tonight's matchup. Piper? Once again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We hope to join Piper again later on in the pregame show. But we can expand further on this matchup. How about we talk coaches, guys? You want to start Oswego head coach Ed Gosick?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're very familiar with Ed Gosick up on this perch. He obviously comes up all the time. We're in his home arena. But I don't know if everybody knows this. He's the all-time winningest coach in Oswego State history. He, just like, which I'm sure Aiden might touch on, played with the Lakers for 4 seasons. This is his 23rd season as the Oswego State head coach, and he is 13-2-1 currently on this season. So it's going to be interesting to see. You can see on the screen right now, he has 408 career wins as opposed to Nazareth's head coach 9. We'll get a little bit more on why that is with Aiden over here.
So James McDonald, Nazareth's head coach, he took over at the start of this season. Prior to that, he was their assistant coach for 4 seasons. Both coaches have had distinguished playing careers. For Nazareth, McDonald, he led the team in goals. He has their all-time leading goal scoring record that he set back in 2019-2020, the team's best 16 goals, including 4 against Lebanon Valley on his senior season.
Yeah, definitely a big difference between these two coaches. You know, Gosick, a solidified coach in the SUNY, where the newcomer, James McDonald, is the first year with this Nazareth Golden Flyer squad. So it'll be interesting to see, the different coaching approaches as we go into this one. We are going to try sending things to Piper Kiernan once again. Let's send it down to you, Piper.
Tonight here is Employee Appreciation Night at the DEB, a night set aside to recognize the hard work, dedication, and commitment employees bring to their jobs every single day. From early mornings to late nights, these are the people who keep everything running smoothly behind the scenes. And I have an employee here with me right now. Where do you work here on campus?
I work here in the MCC. I'm an assistant manager of retail dining, in charge of the Crossroads, food court, and the concession stand.
And can you describe what you do in one word?
I would say exciting, especially for the concessions.
And is there any employee that works under you that you would like to shout out?
I would like to shout out the entire bargaining unit staff that we have and the student staff that we have. Without them, we really couldn't do this. They put their whole heart into it every day.
Thank you so much, and bringing it back to you guys at the perch.
Thanks, Piper. We have a special appreciation for them at Crossroads over there. I love eating there during the school day, honestly. It's great. But speaking of special, let's talk special teams. Michelle, let's start with the Nazareth Golden Flyers.
Yeah, so the special teams, that's going to be that power play and those PK lines. So you'll see the difference over there in power play goal opportunities, 11 to 65 Nazareth. So out of 65 chances, they score 11 goals. Their conversion rate is about half of Oswego's, which is a bit of a doozy. But when you think about it, 16.9% of the goals, of the shots that they try to make on the power play end up going in, which really isn't awful in the grand scheme. Figure in the NHL about 20 to 22% is what you're going to want to look for a good power play, a good special team. And then that PK percentage is a bit abysmal when you're comparing it to Oswego's, but again, high above average.
What I think we've also seen from these two teams, as you see on the screen, 4.4 average per game penalties, 4.0 for Oswego. It's going to be a game of who can stay out of the box. Neither team's special teams power play has been extraordinary. Oswego, they've scored 10 on 36. As you can see, their shot percentage up there being .278, higher than both categories, higher than Nazareth, but still not great considering what we've seen in the SUNY and the NCAA. So I think it'll depend on who's going to stay out of the box more tonight.
Absolutely. From special teams to a special player now, let's talk Matt McQuaid. He was named the SUNY Athlete of the Week following his 3-point performance against Plattsburgh on Saturday. McQuaid is, of course, the Lakers captain. He has 10 points over the last 8 games, including 4 goals in the last 4 matchups. McQuaid is 6th in the SUNY for points this season with 18, and he has 7 goals and 11 assists this season. So he'll be one of our guys to watch. As you can see there, 2 goals, 2 assists, and 3 blocks this week. Just a great performance from the Lakers captain. He'll be leading the squad into this one. But for now, we're going to send things to a quick break. Of course, we'll be right back here on WTOP 10 TV. Don't go anywhere. Keep it here.
If it's hockey,
It's what they score!
it's on Hockey Talk. Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Their behavior against easy teams. How do you lose to the Bruins twice?
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, Mondays at 9:30 after East Coast hockey games. Only on WTOP.
Oh boy!
Zamboni polishing off the ice as we are getting closer and closer to puck drop, which means it's time to talk lines, guys. Michelle, you want to start with the Oswego starting lines?
Yeah, definitely. I want to put a focus on those first 2 lines. Nicholas Miller, Fudger, Ergo, Grenier, Gatto, and Munoz. I think that it's interesting that they're the top 2 lines because this is a team that is very good two-way. They're a very equally matched offensive and defensive team. They're not necessarily going to be your goal scorers, but they are opportunity creators. So I think it's interesting that those players are matched up on those first 2 lines. And then, of course, Oswego is huge for defense. Semrad, Cooper, Baker, Simpson, your top 2 D pairs. And then the starting goalie tonight, Michael Manzi, a freshman who has come up huge for Oswego. A .923 save percentage is insane for a freshman, especially on this team. So we're going to go on to Nazareth over with Aiden here.
Now, so Nazareth, they're lining up in a similar way. They got Frostman and Fior across the top. Laflamme, Lucier, and Stanigovic across the second line. We go into their left defense at the bottom with McKent and Ross. We got Asura and Shrim. And their goalie tonight, Lincoln Crosby. He's been there first string for most of the season. But what I notice about this lineup, it's very top heavy. Oswego's going to get the second change tonight because they're the home team. If they could take advantage of this and run their first lineup against Nadasi, Shen, and Parent, I think they're going to have a successful night. It's all about who they match up against, and that'll come down to Gosick and McDonald's coaching abilities tonight.
Absolutely. There's a lot more to break down, but we're going to send things to our boys in the press box, Logan and James. Guys, take it away.
Welcome into the Steve Levy Press Box. I'm James Fitzpatrick. Alongside me, Logan Weingartner. We're here for Lakers against the Golden Flyers. And Logan, let's get right into it. For both teams, they got to rely on the backbones of their defense, Manzi and Crosby.
Yeah, they really do. For the Lakers today, they will be rolling out the freshman number 30, Michael Manzi. For him, this will be his 10th start of the season in 11 games played. He has put on an elite performance for the Lakers in his first season on the shores of Lake Ontario. Only 18 goals allowed, 215 saves, .923 save percentage, and a record of 7-1. And for Nazareth, it'll be junior number 1, Lincoln Crosby. This will just be his 3rd start of the season. He'll a lot to take on from the Lakers' potent offense. A lot of shot takers on the Laker offense. It'll be interesting to see how he does within the pipes. 72 saves on the season, just 10 goals allowed.
Yeah, and obviously, Logan, goalies are the most important position on a hockey team. But moving on, who needs to stand out for both teams tonight to get the victory?
Yeah, for the Lakers, I have sophomore number 24, Aiden Cooper. Now, his offensive stats, when you look at his box score, they do not jump out at you. However, when you look at his defensive impact, it is off the charts. He leads the team in blocks with 22. He's an anchor of this defense. And again, does the things that don't show up in the box score. Expect him to curb this Nazareth attack that is going to try to get going on the heels of a 2-game losing streak tonight, James.
And I got Travis Baker for Oswego. He is a superstar for this team. He's a defenseman. He's going to lead the team on the power play and on the score sheet. He leads the team in scoring this season, which is really, really hard to do as a defenseman, but he's such a good skater, a good passer, and skating is the one thing when I talked to him that he wanted to work on for this season, and he's excelled at it for this.
Yeah, and without a doubt. Now, for me on Nazareth, again, I'm going to stay on defense. I have sophomore defenseman number 5, Charles Ross. He has contributed in multiple areas this season, playing all 16 games, putting up 8 points, 3 goals, and 5 assists. The leading shot taker on this team with 53 shots is in the positive with +4. So again, with the shots, expect him to give the freshman Manzi a lot to handle, and he's a defensive anchor with 11 blocks. So again, expect him to try and curb this potent Laker attack, James.
Yeah, and for Nazareth, it's hard to choose from one player. This isn't a high-scoring team at all. But if I had to go with one, I had to go with Logan Tobias. He's got 9 points on the season, 16 games. It doesn't scream at you, but if you're going to choose from someone, you may as well go with the top player. And he's really stood out as really a key contributor to a lack of an offense. But if you're going to look for one guy out there who's going to fly around the ice, he's going to have the puck a lot, and I'm going to be saying his name a lot tonight. Moving on, we're going to talk about keys to this game. And for Oswego, I really think it's their power play that needs to stand out. Michelle talked about it, but 27.8 power play percent on the season really is decent if you look at it. And scoring-wise, I talked about Travis Baker, who's going to quarterback that power play. He's got to do a good job spreading that puck around. Going on to their weaknesses, they're too reliant on the late start. They have to start earlier, get out to the attack, and don't come from behind. We saw it in the Plattsburgh game. They need to score the first goal, Logan.
Yeah, and for me, for Nazareth, their strength is spreading the wealth. James, as you cited, not a lot of potent offense on this team, but that is why they have 12 different players who are in the positive, and all 5 of those players have 5 or more points leading. James, one of your players to watch was Logan Tobias and also Blake Frost, who have a combined 18 points. So expect them to be in their zone, passing the puck around a lot, trying to elude this Laker defense. A lot of strengths on this team, but moving on to their weaknesses, something they have to improve upon is just in total their defense. Their back end help has to improve. They have been outscored 14-2 in their last 2 games. Granted, That was against a powerful squad in Utica that they played, lost 9-1 last game, 5-1 that game last week, 2 weeks ago, yet still against a top Oswego team ranked number 4 in the nation. They're going to need to be at the top of their game tonight.
Well, that'll do it from us on the Steve Levy Press Box, but don't go anywhere. Puck Drop is coming soon here on WTOP 10.
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy! I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon.
Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here.
Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still?
Joe, I'm going to sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
So you're probably wondering why the top producer of WTOP's new hit, Oswego Live, is currently juggling Taco Bell right now. That's just because I don't just know ball, but I can play it too. WTOP, live every other Sunday, 7 p.m. Tune in.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
And welcome back to the WTOP 10 pregame show. Ahead of tonight's matchup as puck drop approaches, let's take a look at some players to watch for tonight's matchup. Michelle, how about you start with the visiting Nazareth Golden Flyers?
Sure, so I'm keeping my eye on Ryan Parent tonight. He was the only goal scorer in the 9-1 loss versus Utica. That was also his first and only goal of this season. I think it's something that he might want to build on.
Absolutely. Aiden, who are you looking at for tonight's matchup?
I'm looking at that first line left winger for Blake Frost. Frost is coming off scoring that big goal against Cortland. He hasn't had too much offensive success, but granted, neither has the rest of the team, those 2 losses to Utica. I'm hoping that's enough from the Cortland game to take him into tonight.
Michelle, who are you looking at for the hometown Oswego Lakers?
Connor Gatto. If it's not going to be McQuaid or Baker, it's going to be Gatto at this point. You come to expect it. He's one of the team's top shooters, and he had one of the goals in the comeback at Plattsburgh. I think, again, he might want to capitalize on that momentum coming back home. We have more of a showing for Lakers fans than I almost expected due to the weather, so I think that they'll be looking to build on that energy tonight.
Yeah, Connor Gatto third in the SUNY in goals. But Aiden, who's your hometown Oswego Laker pick for tonight?
I went with sophomore Colin Bassalow. He has 2 assists in the last 5 games. Reason I went off him, coming back to that first game against Nazareth, he opened the scoring, he had an assist. He's played well against Nazareth in his career, and I'm thinking that is going to continue. Even though we are obviously later in the season, he's on that third line tonight as the left winger. I'm looking for him to have a big game.
Bassalow is a very streaky player when he gets hot. All 5 of his goals this season came in consecutive games, so we'll look to see him score one tonight. Finally, let's get some game predictions in, guys. What are our score predictions? Michelle, I'll start with you.
I'm going 4-1 Oswego. Nazareth coming off that tough loss. I don't know if they're going to have the energy after that devastating loss to really kind of produce tonight. Oswego's atmosphere, I keep saying it, but it's true. It's famous here. Once they get on a roll, once they get a big win, they come home and they keep building on that. I think building on that might be like the most said word on the broadcast tonight. But I think that it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens here tonight.
Aiden, what are you thinking?
We've seen Oswego coming into this winning 7 consecutive games. I don't think they're going to be flying in all cylinders tonight. So tonight, I'm going to say Nazareth is going to lose this one. Oswego will take this 3-0. I think Manzi's going to have a great game. I'm obviously not going to say it. I've played hockey my whole life. Not going to say it, but I'm going to say 3-0 for Oswego tonight?
Absolutely. Normally, I would love to play devil's advocate, but the proof is in the pudding. I'm taking the Oswego Lakers 5-1 as they take on the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Puck drop is next, and we'll be back for the first intermission. As once again, I'm Eddie McAlpine, joined by Michelle Smith and Aiden Saavedra. We'll be right back here on WTOP 10 TV.
If you like action, romance,
If you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
Surface is this? Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn. Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
What we do here is go back.
Cooked! You know it's cooked when it's not raw anymore?
Got with Ramsey and Nasir here.
Cat cam.
Because Kenny pulled a picture of him. Yeah.
Get rid of all the questions. Get rid of all the questions. If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you? Who are you?
What are you doing in my bag?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises. And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP 10.
If you like action, romance,
If you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
Surface is this? Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn. Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
welcome back to the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. My name is James Fitzpatrick. Alongside me, Logan Weingartner here on WTOP 10. Logan, we talked in the pregame show about the Lakers needing to get off to a better start. How do you see them doing this in this first period?
Yeah, I think they just need to play more team-oriented puck. Last game, a lot of sloppy plays in the first and second period led to 4 Plattsburgh goals throughout those first 2 periods. So I think they only need to be more coordinated on both offense and defense on the early onset of this game today.
The team's getting ready for puck drop here. We see the referees and the linesmen getting set at neutral ice. Nicholas Miller getting onto the ice as well. Michael Manzi preparing himself, as well as Lincoln Crosby. Golden Flyers against the Lakers. Starts now. Not now. Encroachment on the face-off. They will redo it. And we are underway. Face-off to the Golden Flyers. Immediately sent down the length of the ice, and just 7 seconds in, we have an early icing.
Yeah, that one was quick. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out after that. If Oswego can get off to a fast start again, as I said, which they failed to do last game against Plattsburgh. This is where possessions start on faceoffs.
And for the Lakers, if you want to get off to these early starts, this is the only way to do it. Get into the offensive zone. Ergo on the puck here as the Lakers' typical 4th line on the ice to start this one, as the Golden Flyers sent out their first line, a physical line for the Lakers. And you show it right there by Brett Fudger with an early hit. Puck behind the net of Crosby, played along the boards by the Golden Flyers, almost turned over. And number 3, Mark Manecki, will get there for the Golden Flyers. Another big hit by Brett Fudger, letting his presence known early here. This is sent all the way down, and it will be an icing as that pass missed Grenier.
Yeah, and also for the Lakers, they cannot underestimate Naz. As I said again, they are on a 2-game losing streak. They're 9-6-1, got defeated by Utica 9-1, and then 5-1 before that. Utica, though, coming in with more urgency than ever. Oswego still needs to be at the top of their game.
Just 40 seconds gone by here. 2 whistles to show for it. Off the boards all the way out of the zone. Glove down there. Munoz digging for it. Still in neutral ice. Oswego looking to get into the zone, and Simpson will recover. Travis Baker in neutral ice. Pass up for Gato. Gato slipped and fell. Put it on goal, and Crosby makes his first save of the day. Still in the corner. Nazareth looking to clear the zone, and they will skate it out themselves. A bank pass here, and here comes Blake Frost. Frost shoots and a save by Manzi, and it went in. It snuck through Michael Manzi, and it's 1-0 Golden Flyers. It might have been a rebound goal by Matthew Fair. It snuck through Manzi, loosened the crease, and another fumble by the Lakers to start a game, Logan.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. Lakers, again, sloppy on defense there. Let the man get into the offensive zone. Did not get back on defense. Allowed for the rebound. A shocking 1-0 lead for these Flyers.
And that play all started in the defensive zone by Nate Mann, getting that bank pass to Blake Frost. The Golden Flyers look to add another here. It's broken up, and here comes Colin Vassalo skating into the zone. Vassalo turns up, pass across. He's got Burke, who couldn't get a shot off. Payon back off the wall. Great play by the Golden Flyers defensively again, and they couldn't clear the zone. Ryan, good pressure. Vassalo lost a handle, still in the zone. Here is Ryan on the boards, putting it low again. Payon looking for the puck, and the Golden Flyers will take over. That's Matthew Herb sending it up the ice. Back out to center ice in the neutral zone. The Lakers will get it deep behind the net of Lincoln Crosby, who is there to play it along. All the way up the ice again in neutral ice. Losing a handle there a few times was number 27, Ryan Parent. Back into the Golden Flyers zone. Good pressure here by the Lakers so far on this shift. McQuaid puts it back deep. Cohen in front, and no, it didn't go in. It hit the crossbar off of Lincoln Crosby.
Wow, I thought the one went in at first glance.
That was deflected into the zone. It definitely looked like it was close. Cooper plays it along. Long shot, Manzi makes an easy save. Steers it away from danger. Cohen all the way up the ice. Glove down, and Nazareth looks to attack once again. Semrad behind the goal, and Nazareth gets the puck again. Blocked by Cooper. Miller Here comes Nicholas Miller to McQuaid. McQuaid across neutral ice. McQuaid in front, they score! A give and go, Nicholas Miller ties the game.
Yeah, and that one, Lakers getting right back on the board. This one, a physical one to start out. As Oswego gets back on defense, caught Naz off guard. McQuaid, great play to get into the zone. Right for a goal to Miller, even it up at 1.
And so far, this is what we've been seeing from the Lakers, the neutral zone presence to get it across the blue line, dart the net, and that's what Nicholas Miller did right there. Get hard to the net, took that pass from McQuaid, easy backdoor tap in, and 17-17 to go here in the first. We already have 2 goals, Logan.
Yeah, and that one for Miller, that'll just be his 3rd goal of the season, making his mark early for these Lakers as a sophomore on this team. And for Fair, the previous goal scorer for Nazareth, that'll be his 5th goal of the season.
Waiting for the officials okay. Lakers captain McQuaid talking to one of the linesmen. He gets off the ice and Fudger wins the faceoff. Here is Baker playing it through center ice. Fudger gets it back deep behind the net of Crosby. Ergo is there. Ergo flips it way back behind, and Travis Baker is there for Oswego. Miller. Here's Fudger. Fudger trying to make a move, lost the handle. Now Simpson couldn't control that one. Good pressure there by Nicholas Miller. Ergo behind the goal. Makes a move, tied up. Ergo again. Back up top for Grenier. Grenier's shot wouldn't go. Baker on the wall. Baker puts it back deep. Fudger. Good pressure here by the Lakers. Towards the middle, and it's broken up. Still there, and a good play defensively there by Matthew Shrim to get it out. Nazareth tried to clear it in. That was Harrison Dumas who dumped it into his own bench, and we'll have another whistle in neutral ice.
Yeah, this game is rather sloppy so far. Even with the 2 total goals, both teams not able to corral passes at some points, as a whistle is now just had to look to clean up on that in these remaining 16 minutes.
Another center ice faceoff here. Gato on the draw, still battling for it, and it finally gets back to Nico Payon. His pass was deflected, and the Lakers still looking to get it into the zone. Grenier in neutral ice, gave it back up for Gato. Double team by the Golden Flyers. Grenier still digging for it. Great pressure here by the Golden Flyers. That's Nate Mann all over the puck. Foster tried to play it along. Grenier intercepted it, but Mann will have it right back. His shot was a whiff, and it goes to the boards. Clearing the puck all the way out was Munoz, and no icing as Nazareth has to play the puck in their defensive end. Back behind Lincoln Crosby's goal, that's Andrew Miller. Waiting for an opening. Miller to his right, an errant pass, and it's brought right back in by Burke, and his pass was intercepted. Payon back in neutral ice. Way back behind the goal of Lincoln Crosby again. Good pressure here by the Lakers. They've done a good job of that so far. Baker on the wall, couldn't make a move. Good job by Baker to break up that odd man rush heading the other way. All the way back, Vasilo will leave it for his defenseman. All the way back, Burke to Vasilo. Vasilo through center ice. Here comes Ryan. Ryan making a move, lost the handle. To the left of Lincoln Crosby. Oh, a big hit. That was Ryan Burke right behind the net, and now he took a shot and a penalty called. Lakers will get a power play. A huge hit by Ryan Burke draws the call. Matthew Fair will head to the box.
Yeah, tensions are already rising, James, and that's what's going to happen when Nazareth really wants to get their 10th win of the season and get back in the winning column. Lakers, though, looking more coordinated at least than last game.
So they called Ryan Burke for the penalty, but when that was called, there was no arm up after the hit. So that confuses me, and it looks like they evened it up just because of the retaliation, which I really don't like.
Yeah, no, me neither. I mean, I thought the original call was just enough, as now we circle up for the face-off.
There's definitely a little unease from the Lakers bench after that one, but we will play 4-on-4 with a neutral zone face-off right in front of the Lakers bench. And the Lakers will cheer on their teammates who are on the ice to start this 4-on-4. Starting it up here are the Golden Flyers. That's Antoine Lucier dumping in. Lucier again playing it up the wall. Golden Flyers trying to get something going here in the offensive zone. 4-on-4 aside. Manzi had to punch it away, and the Lakers couldn't get out of the zone just yet. Still digging on the wall, and great pressure here by Gabriel Laflamme all the way back up top. Here are the Golden Flyers again, bringing it down low. Back up top, and a bad pass for Lucier leaves the zone. Lucier will bring it behind the net of Crosby, heading right back up. The pass all the way up, intercepted by Gilmore, who has to recover and give it to McQuaid, the Lakers captain, already with an assist on the night. All the way across, here's Payon, turning away from danger. Payon on a board pin, taken down there was Vassalo in the corner. Vassalo chipped it right back up, and here comes Frost. Frost with the first assist of the game, tried to make a move, still pressure, and it just deflected off the skate of Gilmore and behind the net of Michael Manzi. Gilmore, pressure all over him from Kai Shen. Shen still on him, and now it's finally out looking for Gato. A bad pass, and Gilmore intercepts that one as well. Here is Gilmore. Gilmore to the middle. Good pass for Payon. Off his skate, turning away from danger. All the way back up top. Here's Gilmore. His shot was blocked. Here's Vassalo. Vassalo keeping it alive momentarily, and now it's out of the zone. Here comes Shen. Odd man rush if they hurry across the line, and it was offside. Jumping the gun there was number 24, Lucas Stanovic.
Yeah, and Lakers improving from the last game, as I keep saying so far. Good offensive control so far. Again, Captain Matt McQuaid heading a lot of these possessions. You like to see these chances produced by the Lakers if you're Edward Gosek.
Neutral zone face-off here, and the Golden Flyers win it again. Seems like so far the Golden Flyers have really dominated the face-offs here in this first period. Just 7 minutes gone by. Up the ice, here's Miller. Miller at the blue line, puts it back down low. Ergo, as 5-on-5 is back. Both penalties conclude. Simpson towards the net, and a save by Crosby. A wraparound in front, and it went through the crease. Back up top, here's Ergo. Ergo on the wall, lost the handle, and the Golden Flyers look to escape. Across the red line, dumped wide of Michael Manzi, and Ergo looks to get right back up quickly. Miller dumps it in. Lincoln Crosby will stop it for Matthew Herb behind the goal. Herb all the way up, and Ryan will intercept it and go back for it. Here is Ryan to Semrad. Drake Semrad turning away from danger. Ryan was there as well, and Ryan will flick it across. Here's Cooper. Trying to play it in was Burke. He couldn't. It's deflected at the blue line, and now Ryan is on the forecheck as well. A linesman in the way. A big battle there right in front of the boards, and the Lakers are able to come away from the puck. Here is Vassalo, dropping it back for Semrad. Vassalo will have it again. Vassalo looking up ice, skates it and passes to Burke. Burke to Vassalo. Here's Vassalo, trying to make a move to the middle, and a good play by Matthew Herb to break that one up. All the way out to neutral ice. Travis Baker will dump it in. Lincoln Crosby tries to stop it. It went by him. Herb has to get on the puck quickly, and he does, playing it around 4-man. Now Baker. Baker all the way up for Jesse Horacek. Horacek dumps it into the zone, and coming away with the puck is Andrew Miller. Playing it along, and here comes Frost. 3-on-2 across the line. Here's Shen across. A good chance and a passed up opportunity. That should have been a shot on goal at least from Ryan Parent. Got unselfish looking for Blake Frost down low, and Manzi makes a save.
Yeah, and following that possession, I have to really commend Naz for their tenacity so far this game. As we just saw, they stopped the Lakers from getting into the zone of their defense, really, and then had a good offensive possession that produced chances. So if you're head coach James McDonald, you have to love how your team is playing so far in your first year as head coach.
Absolutely. And the shots right now, 4-3 in favor of the Golden Flyers, as Manzi will cover another one. They've done a good job getting the puck to the net, getting on the forecheck. Right now, their only problem is getting the puck out of the zone, but they have survived. It's only 1-1.
Yeah, Nazareth doing great so far, and as you mentioned in faceoffs before, Lakers before this game, 50% on the season. Nazareth, 46%. So they're going to look to better that mark tonight and start these possessions off on the right foot.
Gato kicked out of the draw. Lucier on the draw for the Golden Flyers to the left of Michael Manzi. It's won by the Golden Flyers again, but Gato is able to get there and get it out of the zone. Coming into the zone here, good chance, deflected in front, and it just went off a stick of a Golden Flyer defenseman. Back the other way, here comes Nazareth into the zone. Good handling here, in front, still there. A Laker was taken down in front, no penalty coming up, but a good job by the Lakers defensively to escape. Here's Payon, back behind the goal. Golden Flyers, good job defensively. That was Mark Meneke to break that up. Passing it back up, and here come the Golden Flyers again. Lukas Stanovjevic into the zone, and a good job there by the Lakers to break it up once again. 3-on-3 across the line. Past the red line into the offensive zone. Here's Ergo taken down, still with the puck. Good job by Ergo to maintain possession. That one went off the netting and it goes out of play. It'll be an offensive zone faceoff here for the Lakers.
Yeah, Naz here is going to try to defend really hard, because one thing I've noticed is that the Lakers have a speed advantage. Ergo got past his defensive assignment there. Nazareth lucky to not have a further lapse in defense on that possession. They'll need to be on all 10 toes throughout this one too.
Burke on the draw here for Oswego. It's won by the Golden Flyers once again. And Nazareth looking to clear the zone, deflected away. Semrad couldn't come down with it, but Burke does. He turned it over. And losing a glove there was the Nazareth forward, and a big hit there. That was number 21, Harrison Dumas. Into the corner to the left of Lincoln Crosby. Big battle there. Vasilo for Oswego. Puck still loose, and Burke is able to try and chip it up for Semrad. Great job here by the Golden Flyers to maintain puck possession in their defensive zone, and they finally come away with it. Back up the boards again. Good job here, and almost an odd man rush opportunity, but at the end of the shift was that Golden Flyers forward, and Semrad will come away for Oswego. Off the broken stick on the ice, and this one is shipped on the boards again, and Ryan comes away with it, gives it to Cooper. Cooper, that pass went off a Nazareth stick in neutral zone. Cohen's able to get it deep. Behind the net is Herb, playing it along for Frost. Frost up the boards all the way out. Simpson gave a chase, and now Travis Baker to Simpson. Here is Simpson across the blue line. Pass to Cohen, wouldn't go, and another turnover by the Lakers. And heading back the other way is Frost. He can fly. There goes Frost around Baker, and he couldn't get a handle to get that shot off. Now McQuaid turning away from danger. Getting it out of the zone. Good help there from Simpson. And Horacek will give chase out of the zone, and Nazareth will elect to dump it in behind the net of Michael Manzi. Gilmore behind the goal. Good forechecking here from Nazareth. Gilmore having trouble once again behind his own net. Gilmore plays it away, and here is Travis Baker flipping it out. And Nazareth shoots it all the way down the length of the ice for an icing. And during this stoppage, we're going to send it downstairs to our ringside reporter, Piper Kiernan. Piper, what's going on down there?
Hi, today I am here with the Little Lakers. They just went on a skate. How are you guys feeling tonight? Do you guys enjoy playing hockey?
Yeah.
And then one quick last question. What's your number?
67.
6'7"?
Save there by Lincoln Crosby. Off the face-off win by the Lakers.
Yeah, and I think the highlight of this game so far, at least after the first two goals, have been defense. Both teams are stopping each other right at the heel. Expect that to be a headline throughout this entire game.
Off the face-off, Payon. Payon playing it black. Here is Gilmore. Across the ice, here's Grenier in front, and that one just deflected wide of Crosby. Now Grenier to Gato. Grenier looking for a pass. He's going to put back behind the net of Crosby. Now Payon in the corner, and here comes Nazareth the other way. A 3-on-2 odd man rush back across the blue line, trying to get through the middle. Taken down was that Golden Flyers forward, Kai Shen. Nazareth maintains possession again. Playing it off the boards, and almost too many men on the Golden Flyers, nothing being called. Payon playing it along and intercepted there by the Golden Flyers, still on the boards, and Payon gets it out of the zone. Here's number 37, Desuk Agusa, putting it back deep. Manzi stops it behind his goal. Oswego still having trouble getting it out of the zone here in this first period. Manzi makes an easy save off a corner shot there. Back towards the middle, Miller gets it out of the zone. Golden Flyers put it right back into the Oswego zone, and no chase from Nazareth on the forecheck. Agusa plays it off the boards and out of play.
Yeah, and you have to think maybe the absence in this lineup of Tommy Bannister is contributing to the Lakers' discombobulation in offense, because before this game, which he's not in, he had scored at least 1 point in 10 of the last 11 games he had appeared in. So maybe that's causing a little disruption to this lineup, making the Lakers a little less coordinated than usual.
Semrad playing it along the boards. Back towards the upper slot, and Nazareth's able to get it out of the zone. Intercepted there by the Lakers. Back across the ice, here's Semrad getting across the red line into the zone, and Semrad trying to make a move, lost the handle. He's got it behind the net of Lincoln Crosby on the boards. Semrad back up top for Vasilo. Across the point, Cooper's shot deflected and was blocked. Here's Cooper. Cooper again a shot, and that one was blocked as well. Ryan to Burke. Here is Burke. Dropping it off, looking for Cooper. Good job there by Nazareth to intercept. It's in front for Vasilo, and a good save by Crosby. Left wide open in the slot was Vasilo, and now a penalty called here on Nazareth.
Lincoln Crosby has played absolutely amazing throughout these last few possessions. 7 saves on the game so far. Again, allowed that one early goal, but since then has been absolutely elite between the poles. And for the Lakers, Manzi, 6 saves and the same 1 goal allowed. Elite goalie play so far.
Face off to the left of Lincoln Crosby as the Lakers will get their first power play of the game. McQuaid on the face-off against Kai Shen. Puck is dropped and it's won by McQuaid. Gilmore at the top of the zone to Cohen. Cohen down low, looking for a pass there, and it was just put wide. Back up top. Now down low again, it's McQuaid. McQuaid back up top again. Switching spots with Gilmore and give it to Cohen. Cohen down low. Miller cycling up high. Here is Horacek. Horacek losing a handle, taking down the Golden Flyer. Nothing being called there. It's a big pile up in the corner for the puck. Miller kicking it along. Still in the corner. Cohen is wide open. He's got the puck and he's missed it wide. Oh, he lost a handle going to the backhand. Now Gilmore with it. McQuaid looking. Cohen again. Cohen down low for McQuaid, and a save by Crosby.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate for the Lakers, because this is where they need to thrive. They scored 10 power play goals this season, but yet again, Crosby denying any chance that comes his way is absolutely A1 and stops. As we see here, the chance not able to go through for the Lakers. 1:07 left on this power play.
Face off to the right of Lincoln Crosby. Still on the power play for another minute 6. Here's Gato. Connor Gato down low. Here's Burke. Back up top for Baker. Gato blocked and cleared by the Golden Flyers. All the way down the ice. Michael Manzi will stop it there. Now Baker. Dropping it back. Here is Gato up the ice. Now Vasilo. Here is Vasilo's shot was blocked. In the corner to the left of Lincoln Crosby again. Burke looking to play it along. Now Baker. Baker on the boards. Good pressure here by Oswego. Gets it down low for Ryan. Ryan back behind the net. Gato up top for Baker. The leading point scorer for the Lakers gets it to Burke. Burke down low. Ryan. Not many shots here for this unit on the power play for the Lakers. Trying to get it through there was Gato, and Ryan will have it again. Back up top for Burke. Burke looking down low for Ryan, and it wouldn't go. Out of the zone, and here comes Nazareth the other way. Out of the box was the Golden Flyer, Andrew Miller, and a penalty called in neutral ice, and it looks like it'll be on Oswego.
Yeah, and it seems that the Lakers have a little low energy on offense. We just saw that missed pass right there. That's been a little headline of the game. A lot of sloppy plays so far for the Lakers, and now a penalty bringing it to the other end.
So it will be a Nazareth power play right after they killed one off on Oswego. The referees are discussing something here. That's Hegwan in the box for Oswego. And it will be a power play to the Golden Flyers.
Now we'll see the face-off here with the, again, Nazareth winning yet another face-off and bringing it into their own end. Lakers are going to try to get right back on defense.
At the top of the zone, here are the Golden Flyers on their first power play of the game. An errant pass there from Antoine Lucier. In the defensive zone, the Golden Flyers with the puck again, back behind the net of Lincoln Crosby. Settling it down was Blake Frost. And here come the Golden Flyers the other way. Here's Frost again. Down low, Frost has it back on a give and go. Playing it along on the boards, back up top. And here is a shooting opportunity here, but it's broken up. And the Golden Flyers maintain possession. Good job by Lucier to keep it in. A shot right into the glove of Michael Manzi.
Yeah, that was a really good defensive possession by the Lakers. Ended with Manzi. Nazareth had a lot of control in the Lakers' end. That was a bit scary for the Lakers, but they're ending this period on some good defense with 2 minutes to go in it.
2:53 to go here in this first period. 1-1 the score. And 1:07 to go here on the power play for Nazareth. It goes down low in the skates and back up top for Gabriel Laflamme. To the left, and that one was on the line, and now it's in. They score! Kai Shen was on the doorstep after a save by Michael Manzi that was left in the crease unattended. Kai Shen makes it 2-1 Golden Flyers.
Yeah, and I believe that Nazareth, again, 2 goals. Both of these goals, I believe, were some miscommunications between the Lakers. The puck was left in the zone and just creeped right in, as you see Nazareth skating up right there, gaining an advantage. This is uncharacteristic for the Lakers right now.
And that shot actually went off of Lukas Stanojevic in the crease, and Burke looked to clear it out of the zone. He put it right off of Kai Shen, who directed it right into the wide open net, and Michael Manzi had no idea where the puck was, and that's the second goal that was kind of left in the crease by the Lakers in this first period. Frost leaving it up top. A give and go there. Back up top again are the Golden Flyers, putting it way down low. Now Mann putting it towards the middle, but Manzi made one save and is deflected away. Good job by Gilmore to clear it out. All the way down in the neutral zone, and good job by McQuaid to get on the puck. McQuaid turns back, looking for Cohen. Here's Cohen, back up top for Semrad, who couldn't handle it, and Frost got it out of the zone momentarily, but the Lakers get the puck right back. Here comes Cohen the other way. Cohen protecting the puck, getting it towards the net, and a good job there by the defenseman Desak Agusa. Down low, Grenier. Grenier protecting it all the way up top. Tried to give it to Cooper there, and Nazareth clears the zone. Kai Shen, the most recent goal scorer, loses the puck there, all the way out for Gato. Here's Gato in the offensive zone. Back up top for Semrad. Semrad to Gato. Gato couldn't put it towards the point, and Nazareth clears the zone again. Here's Kai Shen. Past the blue line, dumped on the net of Michael Manzi for an offensive zone faceoff here for the Golden Flyers.
Yeah, and those Golden Flyers are absolutely hitting on all cylinders on defense. Great defensive stand right there by Igusa to deny any further momentum that could be cooked up by these Lakers. And for Matthew Shen, the goal scorer, that is just his third goal of the season, putting his team up by 1.
2-1 Nazareth with 1:08 to go here in the first period. And an even game so far in this first period, as the shots 8-8 apiece. Baker all the way out of the zone. It'll be an icing on Oswego, and another offensive zone faceoff here with exactly 1 minute to go in the first period.
Yeah, and as you wind down on 1 minute to go, the Lakers on a current win streak of 7 games. That 5-4 win over Plattsburgh last game was great, but that win streak, James, is at jeopardy if Lakers do not knot it up within these final minutes or the next periods.
Comebacks have been the name of the game for Oswego so far this year, especially following that huge comeback against their biggest rival, Plattsburgh, just the other night. This one is chipped up the wall, and now here comes the Lakers the other way. Fudger to Simpson. Here's Simpson, a save, rebound, and Fudger couldn't put it home. Miller behind the net, Fudger. Fudger looking to play it along. He loses the puck and gets it right back. Good job by Brett Fudger to maintain possession here towards the middle. Ryan couldn't put it on goal. Ergo's got it back. He couldn't try the wraparound with the defense right in the way. 24 seconds to go in the period. Back behind the net for Ergo. In front for Ryan. Ryan couldn't pull the trigger. Back up top for Baker. They continue cycling with 15 seconds to go. Fudger couldn't put it up the wall, and Nazareth is able to get it out of the zone all the way down, and it will be an icing with 4.5 seconds to go here in the first period.
Yeah, and we saw Lakers almost got a goal, almost put one through Crosby, but yet again, the MVP of this first period, I would say, has been an absolute beast between the poles so far.
Face off to the right of Lincoln Crosby, and it'll be taken by the Lakers' Ryan Burke and Antoine Lucier for Nazareth. Nazareth will stack the right side right in front of Lincoln Crosby, make sure nothing's getting to that side with potential goal coming. Here's back to the point. Baker, long shot was deflected wide, and that will do it for the first period. A first period that Nazareth really played well here, Logan.
Yeah, and I don't think, a lot to Nazareth's credit, but I don't think the Lakers really have much coordination on offense or defense right now. They need to really tighten up, play as one unit. Nazareth is just communicating very well on both offense and defense, eluding the Lakers, and again, Lincoln Crosby, the MVP of that opening period. Coach McDonald is certainly happy with his choice.
And the shots after one period, 9-8 in favor of Oswego, with Nazareth with a 2-1 lead. A couple really softies by Michael Manzi, especially that first one. But the second one scored by Kai Shen, who's downstairs with Piper Kiernan. And Piper standing right beside Kai Shen. Piper, what's going on down there?
Hi, thank you guys so much. How do you feel after scoring the second goal, kind of putting you guys back in the lead?
Feels good. I mean, we just got to keep playing tough the rest of the game here.
Yeah, and do you guys have any momentum kind of going in now that you're ahead more? Or do you guys think you're still going to play with such high momentum?
We got to play with the same momentum, maybe even more. I mean, they're a good team, so we got to keep going here.
And then do you have anything for your players going into the locker room right now on how you guys should be playing to keep that lead ahead?
Just got to play smart in the neutral and win the neutral zone and get pucks deep.
Okay, thank you so much. Back to you guys at the perch or at the press box.
Well, as the Little Lakers hit the ice to play their game, we're going to send it to break here on WTOP 10. But Eddie, Aiden, and Michelle will wrap up the first period right after this break.
know about. I would have liked to see more on, Putin or something. I don't think he's very nice.
He's so annoying, and he's not very funny either.
He got that hot dog at one time. I don't know why he would do such a thing.
I'm not sure why he's still playing a Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii is so old. I've tried reporting him like 600 times, and nobody's answering my phone calls.
Welcome back to the DK experience. Go back to your job.
Every NFL fan I've played for the last 15 games, they beat.
Writing a letter to the NFL fans? Get out of here with that. Let me finish.
No,
finish.
Stop.
Johnny Manziel, captain, he's a loser.
No, that's.
Watch the DK experience.
What we do here is go back.
Cooked!
You know it's cooked when it's not raw anymore?
Gordon Ramsay in the sea here.
Cat cam.
Because Kenny pulled a picture of him.
Yeah.
The Little Lakers putting some work in as we enter our first period intermission. Welcome back to WTOP 10 TV. I'm Eddie McAlpine with Michelle Smith and Aiden Saavedra. Guys, what an interesting first period. What are our thoughts?
Yeah, I thought, obviously our score predictions are all blown right now. Not looking good for any of us. But on the ice, it looks great for Nazareth. They were playing a lot better than I was expecting them to tonight, quite honestly.
I was checking our comment section on this video. Somebody from Los Angeles is watching. They said it's 70 degrees there. It's 15 degrees here. It feels like -1. But it did not take the Nazareth Golden Flyers to heat up out there on the ice, and they scored just over a minute into the game. Want to talk about that?
That might
one?
be the quickest someone's ever lost their prediction. WTOP history. My prediction went out the wayside about a little over a minute into the game. But we see shots on goal. Lakers are out shooting them. They're having more offensive opportunities. One thing I've noticed is the biggest struggle for Nazareth. Lincoln Crosby, his rebound control hasn't been great. A lot of these pucks on little chip shots are coming out. He's not been able to keep them in the pad and the glove. If the Lakers can put somebody in front of the net, keep a screen going, that these rebounds, they've been there all period. And Lakers were able to capitalize once. If they're able to keep putting guys in front, they'll be able to capitalize more. But for now, they're down 2-1.
Absolutely. You can see there the Lakers slightly leading the statistic battle so far through one period. But other than that, it's been pretty evenly matched. I mean, the Lakers have won a few more face-offs, but we're seeing some unfamiliar lines, Michelle, that we haven't seen too often this season. You want to walk us through how those lines are playing so far?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, once again, eating my words on tonight's predictions. I said that those top two lines for the Lakers were not really goal producers. They were more opportunity producers for their other more offensively inclined teammates. And then immediately Nick Miller scores. He is, of course, the right wing on that first line. So once again, not looking great for my predictions, but I think it's interesting when you see those lines get shaken up, how things change, especially when it comes to our scoring predictions. One shakeup in who's taking a face-off with who can change the entire trajectory of a game.
I think we've also seen centers get kicked out of the circle a lot. That's going to have a big impact later in the game. When you're playing at this NCAA college level, not everybody can take that face-off. It's going to be a lot bigger deal if these centers are getting kicked out. We have wingers taking the face-off, especially in the defensive zone. We've seen that lead to a goal here in the first period after Lakers center was kicked out. I think that's going to be another big thing going forward. Teams having the discipline to stay put in the face-off circle.
Now the Lakers find themselves down 2-1 heading into the second period. If you're Coach Ed Gosick, what are you telling your guys? I'm not sure how often they go into the intermission being down a goal or more than a goal. I mean, normally, there's been a dominant team. That offense is very potent. I mean, what are they doing in this intermission to try and bounce back, come back into the second period and, keep that momentum going?
If I'm Coach Gosick, I'm telling the guys, stop bag skating. This isn't practice. I mean, the back and forth, there was a lot of very strong skating through the neutral zone, and the defense for Nazareth is very strong to the point that once you get into that D zone, they're right back in the O within a few seconds. But the skating back and forth, I mean, it reminds me of Herb Brooks in Miracle, right? You got Kurt Russell blowing the whistle at the guys. That's how it feels watching this game. It's not a very fun game to watch because they're just going back and forth, very little, trying to make these opportunities to score.
Yeah, I want to highlight that Nicholas Miller goal that came early in that first period because that's the one that the Lakers have going in their favor. I mean, it was just a great dish by Matt McQuaid. That extends McQuaid's point streak. I believe that's now 11 points in 9 games or something insane like that. But Miller, I mean, a sliding finish into the goal. He just followed through. You can see the replay here. It just, he'll take it down the ice, and then McQuaid just drops it off in the right spot. Miller, like you said, on that first line, we don't see too much of him, but he'll just take it into the bin himself. Just a great goal there for the Lakers. We're going to need to see more of that as we enter the second period.
Another thing I'm telling Ed Gosick, if I'm this coach going into the intermission, they have to realize that Nazareth all game, they've gotten to the blue line, they do a dump and chase. You have to work on that 3-2 breakout. It's going to be key for Oswego. We've seen them the whole period. They get to the blue line, pucks in. Get to the blue line, pucks in. They're crossing the red line, and then they're applying a 2-1 pressure on Oswego. Oswego struggled with their breakout. We've also seen a lot of turnovers coming into the neutral zone, and that's key. They're going to have to clean that up, both teams, going into the second period.
Absolutely. Looking at the box score, I mean, obviously our game predictions are not looking too good, but this box score, I mean, Nazareth is hanging with Oswego in almost every category. Nazareth 2 goals to Oswego's 1. The assist at 1 apiece. Shots on goal, Oswego leads only by 2. It's 11-9. And then you've got shots, power plays. I mean, everything's looking pretty evenly matched through a period of play, so we'll have to see what happens as we enter the second. But, what are we thinking? I mean, we've seen Oswego on the other end having the lead going into the second period. What are we thinking now as they're down?
I'm expecting more penalties. There was that one kind of crazy cross-check down there in Nazareth's D-zone in the first that I thought was a little egregious. Obviously, that got the call for a 2-minute minor. But I think I'm expecting a lot more penalties. I think Oswego is going to want to come through, kind of pump in their legs a little bit more. And then, of course, you come back around to those special teams and that power play goal. A power play goal is going to be huge. That, that really ignited the team. We're going to have a replay for all y'all at home coming up, so don't worry, I won't just be yapping at you. But that was really special to kind of get things moving even more than they already were. We talk momentum a lot. Momentum is huge. It almost looked like an own goal on that power play goal, which you never want to see no matter who you are. But it's interesting how those special teams we mentioned come together for those big moments.
Yeah, Nazareth not doing too well on the power play this season, as we highlighted earlier, but it was Kai Shen who was able to score that deciding goal on a power play to strengthen their lead. Let's talk that probably the biggest headline for this Lakers team. Tommy Bannister was scratched today. He's not playing, and he's one of the team leaders in points. What's up with Tommy Bannister, guys? What are we thinking?
I think that's got to be something off the ice, whether it be an issue with maybe missing a practice. Obviously, we don't have that information. Potentially illness, too. We've got flu season going around. I'm not sure it's something to worry about, but it's definitely going to hurt the Lakers tonight.
Yeah, Tommy Bannister, 16 games played, 15 points, 6 goals, and 9 assists. He has 3 power play goals on the season, which is towards the top of the SUNY, and he's had 2 consecutive games with both a goal and an assist, so 2 consecutive 2-point games. This is an impressive outing, but we're not seeing him on the ice tonight, so we'll have to pursue that story, see what comes out of that. But other than that, I mean, McQuaid's looked great. The SUNY Player of the Week out there showing it off. What about Matt McQuaid? How's he looked out there?
Yeah, I mean, Matt McQuaid, he's an insane player. He's crazy for his team. There's a reason that he's been such a key part of this leadership group for the last 2 seasons here. He performs when he comes out. He doesn't just come out and skate with his team. He puts on a performance for his team, for his coach, for the fans. A lot bigger turnout than I expected for tonight, which I also think is playing into that performance by Matt McQuaid. If you're going to be a leader for the team, you want to show up and show out for your fans.
Absolutely. It goes beyond McQuaid when it comes to SUNYAC awards because it's now been 4 consecutive weeks of SUNYAC recognition for the Oswego Lakers. Starting with McQuaid this week. Last week it was Travis Baker earning Athlete of the Week honors, and then the week before, goalkeeper Michael Manzi was named the Rookie of the Week on January 12th, and then the first week of this new year, Connor Gatto was named the SUNYAC Athlete of the Week. So those are 4 guys we've seen out there today. We'll continue to watch them as we head into the second period, which is coming up next. So that's all for us. We'll be back after the second period for that second intermission. But keep it here because Oswego and Nazareth hockey's next, right here on WTOP 10.
If it's hockey,
In front, they score!
it's on Hockey Talk. Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Their behavior against easy teams, how do you lose to the Bruins twice?
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, Mondays at 9:30 after East Coast hockey games. Only on WTOP.
Oh boy!
Welcome back to the Deborah F. Stanley Arena for the second period between the Oswego State Lakers and the Nazareth Golden Flyers. I'm James Fitzpatrick alongside me, Logan Weingartner. And Logan, what are you looking for here in this second period?
Yeah, I'm looking for the Lakers to get off to a much better start in the second period than they did in the first. We saw 2 goals by the Flyers, a lot of them left in the crease, and no Lakers tended to those. Nazareth up 2-1 in an uncharacteristic deficit for this 13-win and 2-loss Oswego State Lakers.
Well, we got about a minute 20 here before we drop the puck for this second period. You can see that Nazareth is waiting to get on the ice as well as Oswego. The referees have already taken the ice as Nazareth holds on to this 2-1 lead, but they're getting outshot by 1. For the Lakers, Nazareth's coming into this with a huge underdog. The Lakers got to wake up and eventually realize that they are the top dogs of the SUNY and for this game.
Yeah, Lakers ranked number 4 in the latest USCHO poll. Nazareth unranked as they have been the entire season. This would be a big win for McDonald and his program. Lakers just need to be alert defensively, much more than they were in the first period, while also playing more coordinated team ball, team puck. The Lakers haven't really passed that well. A lot of sloppy passes. Also, though, to the credit of the Golden Flyers, they've been A1 on defense.
Yeah, and it was brought up on the Perch in the pregame show that Nazareth came in here in the preseason. Of course, this is a preseason game. It doesn't mean as much, but the Lakers shut them out 4-0. And already Nazareth has 2-1 lead heading into this second period. They've really woken up and, structured themselves against this top Lakers team. And they've gone in hard. They've gone in on the forecheck, and they've really defended well.
Yeah, Nazareth doing much better than the Lakers in a lot of categories. As you said, they lost Lakers in a shutout in the preseason. They are coming out with more urgency than ever off of a 2-game losing streak to Utica.
The Lakers will start Brett Fudger to take the faceoff here once again to start this period. We saw Fudger lay a few huge hits in that first period. That's really what he's used for on this Oswego team, as the first play, again, just like the first period, will result in an icing on Nazareth.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we started the second period with the same thing we did in the first. We saw a lot of these whistles in the first period. 1 Oswego penalty, 1 Naz penalty, relatively clean game. But again, tensions are rising. We see both teams somewhat frustrated at points.
And of course, the penalties are 2 apiece, including the coincidental 4-on-4 minors to both teams we saw in that first period. Nicholas Miller will keep the puck in here momentarily for Oswego. Still in the zone. Good job by Aiden Cooper to keep it alive. And now Drake Semrad will have it in neutral ice. Flicks it up the wall. Miller reaching for it. Gloves it down. Still battling for it. And Nazareth is able to take it away. Back towards the neutral ice. And Travis Baker will start it up for Oswego. Skating across the red line. Gets it deep off the boards behind Lincoln Crosby. On the wall again. Nazareth looking to escape, and they will. Foster couldn't get it into the zone. Still there. And now it's turned up ice again. Here's Mann dumping it in. Back for Travis Baker along the wall. Protects it and gets it to Simpson. All the way up for Gato. Gato loses it in neutral ice, trying to dump it in again. Good job by Simpson to stay in the lane of the puck. And Nazareth will look to clear it again. Good intercept there by Grenier. Gato bats it down. Munoz there to help, and Simpson will take over. Simpson back in his defensive zone. Off the skate, here's Grenier to Munoz. And Grenier passed up a shooting opportunity there, looking for Luca Munoz. Munoz protecting the puck from two different Golden Flyers on the wall, one of them being Antoine Lucier. Lucier boarding Munoz into the boards, and now it's in the middle. Ryan trying to handle it and put it just wide. A whistler there by Ryan, right on the left side of Lincoln Crosby. Going all the way back for it is Gilmore. Reversing, here's Burke. Burke starting it up to his right, Payon. All the way across the ice, Gilmore. Good job here by the Lakers finding the open man. Gilmore looking to play it on the boards, turned it over, and turning right back up with it is Stanijovic. Loses it to Payon, back in neutral ice, and all the way back for the Nazareth Golden Flyers with 17:45 here to go in the second period. It is iced by the Golden Flyers.
Yeah, this one continues to go back and forth as it did in the first period. Again, we saw Munoz not able to corral that puck. Lakers do hope that's not a trend in this first period, as we've seen in the second period, I should say, as we've seen some sloppy play already on this offense between both teams, not just the Lakers.
Lucier for Nazareth wins the draw on the boards, and the Lakers are able to keep it into the zone. Back behind the net is Andrew Miller playing it along. Semrad there to keep it in. Glove down, and Semrad will intercept in neutral ice, waits for his team to get onside, and puts it right back in for Miller. Miller up the boards, and Cooper bats it down, looking to get it right back up for Oswego. A little shimmy shake there, and gets it all the way back for McQuaid, and McQuaid couldn't handle that pass. Shen lost an edge and is put back behind the net of Lincoln Crosby. Now Horacek lets it go. McQuaid on the backhand, centering it for Horacek. Horacek for McQuaid again. The Lakers captain behind the goal. McQuaid on his backhand, reversing. Cohen looking for a lane. Here's Cohen back up top for Baker. Travis Baker all the way across. Here's a shot and a save by Lincoln Crosby. The Golden Flyers couldn't get the puck away, and now they do. Kai Shen in alone, and he scores! Second of the game for Kai Shen, and it's 3-1 Nazareth.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just draw that up any better if you're the Nazareth Golden Flyers. You come off of a defensive stop and then go back into your own end, heading right down Broadway. Is Shen able to get that in between the blockers of Manzi, who uncharacteristically has gotten his third goal of the game, 25th of the season.
3 goals on 9 shots for the Golden Flyers, and 2 of them coming from Kai Shen. That one on a breakaway here in this second period, and all of a sudden the Lakers find themselves in a hole once again. And now a penalty is called. Ergo pleading his case, but he just put his team short-handed, and Nazareth will head right back to the power play where they already scored on in this game.
Yeah, this game, again, if you're Ed Gosek, you think, how can it get any worse? You now have a disadvantage, and you're down 2 goals. It's scary hours on the shores of Lake Ontario. You need to be better than ever in team coordination right now. Very discombobulated style of play from these Lakers.
Michelle talked about it in the pregame show. The Lakers have a phenomenal penalty kill, 94% on the season, and it's got to go to work once again at the top of the zone. Nazareth with the puck again. Ross played it down low for Frost. Now Ross again to his left, down low. Good touch pass there. On the left side, that's Lucier controlling. Collided with a teammate, that was Ross. A little sloppy play there. Frost on the boards, plays it back up top for Ross. Ross stepping in, his shot deflected wide off his teammate's stick, and it goes out of the zone. That was off the stick of Nate Mann, and Ross will control and try to get it right back deep for Nazareth. He cannot, and Frost has to backtrack all the way back into his defensive zone. Here is Frost. Circling back behind the net of Crosby as the second power play unit for Nazareth comes on the ice. Here is Agusa. And now that was Burke who lost an edge. It's dumped right back into the Nazareth zone, and Crosby will stop it there. Agusa all the way across, and here come the Golden Flyers the other way. Stanijevic all the way into the middle, back behind the net. Stanijevic again. There's Kai Shen looking for number 3. He gave it in front. Taken away there by the Lakers momentarily. It's still loose. Semrad tied up in the skates of Stanijevic, and it's in the corner to the left of Michael Manzi. A 5-man pileup digging for that puck. Ryan Burke is the only one in the slot taking care of it, and is cleared all the way down, where Lincoln Crosby will stop it for his defenseman, Agusa. Agusa will start it up again. 10 seconds to go here on the Golden Flyers power play. To his right, Stanijevic back into the zone. Ryan clears, and that will do it for the Lakers penalty. Good penalty kill by the Lakers.
And as you said, their stellar power penalty kill on display right here. Maybe defense, this is a time where they step up as a whole.
Gilmore in the neutral zone, flicks it right back in. Nazareth having trouble getting it past the neutral zone, and it's Matthew Herb who will try to start it up here. He's got it again. Good forechecking here by Oswego. Off the boards, all the way down. And no icing, says the linesman. Michael Manzi's got to keep it going. Here's Gilmore, circling back behind the net of Manzi. Gilmore looking up ice. He's got Connor Gato on the right side. Gato getting through the neutral zone, losing the puck. Kai Shen took it away. He puts it off the boards. Here come the Golden Flyers the other way. Across, and a good job defensively there by Nico Payon to take it away. Now Frost. Blake Frost putting it towards the middle. Kai Shen. Shen loses the puck to Gilmore. Kept in by Nazareth once again, and now finally taken out by Colin Vasilo, who loses an edge all the way back behind the net of Michael Manzi, who's got to come out to play it. Here's Aiden Cooper playing it along. Good keep in there once again by the Golden Flyers. They've done a tremendous job keeping the puck in the offensive zone all night. And now here they come again. A save by Michael Manzi on the shot by Hudson Natsity. A big collision there, and now the whistles blow. It looks like a hand pass is the call.
Yeah, and this is as physical a game as you can get right now, James. Tensions are definitely rising as outcries are had from actually the fans right now. They are not happy with this call.
Well, it looks like Ed Gosick is also not pleased. He's talking to one of the referees. It will be a defensive zone face-off here for the Lakers. It'll be Grenier to take it. He'll go against Harrison Dumas on the draw, and Dumas wins it cleanly all the way back up top. That shot stopped by Manzi. The rebound, score! 4-1 Nazareth. Owen Heidelberger with the goal on the rebound by Michael Manzi. And this has been a dominant showing by the Golden Flyers.
I mean, they have just flown in from Rochester and asserted their dominance where they want to. We see right off the face-off where these possessions start. Lakers not getting back on defense in time. The snipe, again, that one was in the crease, and it just creeped right in. Again, now a change in net.
Yeah, it's going to be Brandon Milberg, the goaltender who won it all for him just last year. He was demoted to third string to start this year behind Gavin McCarthy and Michael Manzi, but he's going to come in relief for Michael Manzi, who just hasn't had a good day at all. Just too many rebounds given up. That one, Michael Manzi looked to be screened on heavily. He let up a huge rebound right in front of the crease to make it 4-1 Nazareth.
Yeah, and they score 2.6 goals per game, have almost doubled that mark already, in a great offensive showing from them.
We talk about Milberg, who started the season as third string. He has really picked it up recently, including a shutout just a couple weeks ago. But he will come in here in a 4-1 game, and he'll see the puck fly to his right in the defensive zone. Off the boards, Ergo trying to keep possession alive, and Simpson plays it along into the offensive zone. He'll chase it himself as the Golden Flyers play it up the wall, and they'll look to attack once again. Stanijevic into the offensive zone. Across, a shot, and a save by Milberg with the left pad. First stop of the night for Brendan Milberg. Up the wall, off the skate of the Golden Flyer, changing. His teammate didn't jump on to replace him yet, so there will be no too many men call as the puck is to the left of Lincoln Crosby, who has made 9 saves on the 10 shot he's seen tonight. Here come the Golden Flyers the other way. Losing in a handle there was Agusa. Playing it back, and Nazareth looks to get it out. Kupani through center, intercepted. A bad pass there by Hagwan, and he finally gets out of the zone. The Lakers captain McQuaid will start it up. Ryan through neutral zone, gets it into the offensive zone, kicked along by Payon. Down low, they score! Cohen gets them right back in it, and it is 4-2 Golden Flyers.
Yeah, and that's the one the Lakers needed to fire start their offense. 12th point of the season, 3rd goal of it for Cohen. Great cohesive offensive display by the Lakers. Top of the key, amazing puck movement, that one-timer in the corner. Lakers cutting the deficit to just 2 now.
That one past the blocker of Lincoln Crosby. And we've mentioned it before that the Lakers are known for their comeback this year. And the resiliency is that one just went to the right wide of Lincoln Crosby. Do they have another comeback in them? Plenty of hockey to go here. 11 minutes to go here in this second period. All the way up the ice, looking to get it out of the zone. Past the blue line into the neutral zone. Golden Flyers look to get it right back into the zone. And Semrad will recover for Oswego all the way up. A long shot there. Might have been looking for the net from his own corner. Semrad's got it again. Off the boards. Semrad plays it up. Here comes Burke. Burke across the blue line. Here's a shot, and it whistled wide and high there by Vasilo. Vasilo digging again in the corner. Back up top, and the Golden Flyers are able to get out of the zone. Flying through the neutral zone, putting it on goal was Dumas on Milberg. Baker playing it along, and now here come the Lakers again, trying to get it out of the zone. All the way up, off the skates of number 5, Charles Ross, who will stop it in his own defensive end, pass it to his partner, and all the way up the ice, and here come the Golden Flyers again, trying to get around Baker, and a good job by the reigning Defensive Player of the Year in the SUNY, Travis Baker. In the corner, all the way up, past McQuaid, Gilmore, into the Nazareth zone again. Agusa back behind the goal of Crosby, to his left. Out of the zone and chipped along. Gilmore will stop it. Deflected there at center ice by Brendan Cohen, most recent goal scorer, and it will be no icing into the Nazareth defensive zone again. Cohen fell down, still got it to McQuaid around the boards. McQuaid to the middle, broken up. Payon stepped up to keep it in momentarily, and the Golden Flyers get out of the zone, but a good job by Payon to intercept it again. Payon's got Miller, and Miller couldn't handle that saucer pass. Miller behind the net to Ergo. Ergo, wraparound, still there in the crease, and it's stopped by Crosby. Gato, a shot whistled high. Payon down low, touched there by Ergo. Gato in front, looking for Ergo, and it wouldn't go. In the neutral zone, Connor Gato will come back to get it. Gilmore in neutral ice. All Lakers the past few minutes. Gilmore around the net, back up top. Here's Gato to the middle, and it went high. Semrad, down low Gato, touched it for Ergo back behind the goal. Ryan couldn't handle that pass, and a good job by Burke to keep it alive momentarily. That went out as Vasilo put it back deep, and finally Nazareth is able to set it down back behind the goal. It's Matthew Herb.
Yeah, and this one back and forth. The Lakers a long possession there, misfired, and Crosby is ultra alert. The junior, 3 years of experience down in Rochester, is showing right there in between the pipes.
It was deflected into the zone, so no icing as Semrad will settle it down for Oswego. Passing it to his left is Aiden Cooper. Cooper into the zone. All the way around the boards. Semrad looking for it again. Down low behind the goal of Crosby. Chipped all the way down the ice. No icing. Didn't reach the red line behind the net of Brandon Milberg. Horacek will get it in. To the right of Crosby. Here is Herb off the boards. Golden Flyers looking to counterattack once again. Milberg will cover this puck, and that'll give us a break to send it downstairs to sideline reporter Piper Kiernan. Piper, what's going on down there?
Hey guys, right now here I am with Carson. Are you a big fan of coming to Laker games?
Yeah.
And who is your favorite player on the Lakers?
Matthew McQuaid.
Do you want to see him score tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, back to you guys at the press box.
Well, maybe we will see him score tonight. The Lakers trailing 4-2 here with the faceoff to the left of Brandon Milberg. Behind the goal, looking to center it, Travis Baker recovering for Oswego. Still with the puck is Nazareth, back to the point. Here's Ross to his left. Pass went back, and Baker with a good defensive play. Golden Flyers still with the puck, and that one just went wide of the crease. Milberg raised his glove to try and catch that one down. Good job by Simpson along the boards to break it up. Travis Baker is there, and he'll start the counterattack for Oswego. Deflected in by Cohen. He'll get on his horse to get in there. McQuaid, a good job to forecheck and take the puck away momentarily, but Ross will be able to chip it out of the zone, and the Golden Flyers getting right back in it. Good job by Payon, almost beat there for a breakaway. Able to get it right back for Fudger, a shot and a save by Crosby. Fudger still forechecking. Nazareth defenseman in his face, and they will be able to circle around and settle things down here in their defensive end, but Fudger with a good hit there on Christian Kupani. Another takeaway, this is Fudger driving the goal. Fudger reverses, back down low for Ergo. Ergo looking. This line has done a great job flying in the offensive zone so far in this game. Here's Ryan, he rang it off the post, and it deflected out of play.
Yeah, and James, you said the line is, or has been doing really good. I do have to agree, Ryan, with a great shot there. Lakers, a lot more possession in their zone than times previous. That's what you love to see if you're head coach Gosek.
The Lakers with an offensive zone here to the right of Lincoln Crosby. It'll be Burke on the draw. As you can hear the fans starting to get into it once again here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. Burke won it back. Ryan looking to keep play alive, but it's taken up by the Golden Flyers. Nate Mann starts it up to Frost. Looking across in the middle. Milberg made the save. Burke up the wall, and here comes Vassilo the other way, trying to fly by Agusa. Vassilo in front, and a save by Crosby. Frost all the way up in the air, and here come the Golden Flyers the other way. Fair looked to play it along, and Burke will settle it down for Oswego and head right back up the ice. Burke making a move around Fair. Burke skates into the zone himself, gave it up for Ryan. The shot hit the back of Burke. And now Simpson on the right wall. Simpson in front, and it wouldn't go. Now Frost the other way. At the end of a shift, he has to dump it in. He didn't have the gas to get around Travis Baker there. And speaking of Travis Baker, he will start it up for Oswego. That went all the way around the boards, and it'll be an icing on Oswego.
Lakers missing a shot. That was some good help defense by Baker to get right back on the possession, force the Flyers to clear it, and it'll be interesting to see how the final 4 minutes of the second period transpire. With a face-off happening here, chance for a new possession in the Flyers' end to start.
Watch out for Kai Shen if you're joining us late. He already has 2 goals for the Golden Flyers in this game. He's on the face-off here, wins it cleanly. Golden Flyers maintain possession, but Connor Gato is able to take it away and start up the offensive attack for Oswego. Into the zone, settling it back, putting it on goal of Crosby, who juggled it and had to get the whistle.
Yeah, this one seeing a lot of plays where it's in the crease, could go in, could not. That one was the ladder. Crosby, thankfully for McDonald, able to sit on that one. Lakers could lessen the blow to just 1 goal.
Offensive zone face-off here for the Lakers. McQuaid will take it. Jumping the gun there was Kai Shen, and they'll ask for a new center. Taking it instead is Ryan Parent. One back by the Lakers. Here's Connor Gato. It's sending it to the middle, and that one deflected wide of Crosby. Kai Shen using his body, taking it away, gets it up the ice on the left side. Simpson couldn't play it along. Here's Baker back behind his own goal. Jesse Horacek let it go, and the Golden Flyers will get possession once again. Miller all the way up, gives it to Travis Baker. Travis Baker in his defensive zone. The Lakers look to attack quickly here. Here is Fudger. Fudger driving the goal. Fudger around the net. Fudger, he's got Payon behind him. Fudger doing it all himself. Tried to take a shot, it was blocked. And the Golden Flyers get it out of the zone. Brett Fudger once again dumping it deep into the Nazareth end and knocked down. Here's another chance here for the Lakers. Ergo couldn't pull the trigger. He gets it down low for Fudger. Gilmore on the wall, back behind. Ross couldn't handle the puck. Ross has it again, turning away from pressure from Ryan. Here is Ross heading up ice. Ross past the red line, dumps it in. Nazareth looks to get on the forecheck. It's Lucier all over Grenier. Excuse me, that's Payon. He hit on the wall. Now Burke. Burke, pressure from behind. Burke has it again. A lot of changes possession in that center circle. Nobody could handle it, but Brandon Milberg will. He gives it to Gilmore, who will give it to Burke. And the Lakers look to attack again, but Ryan loses the puck again in neutral ice with 2:51 to go here in the second period of play. Payon to Burke. Burke lost it again. Another ill-advised pass from the Lakers in the neutral zone. Gilmore finally chips it up the wall, gloved down by the Golden Flyers, dropped off, still in the middle, and Ryan will take it away for Oswego. Ryan puts it deep. Lakers go for a change. Vasilo in on the forecheck on Agusa. Played up the wall on the boards. Knocked down with the hand of Semrad. Out of the zone, put right back in by Horacek, who will get on his horse to get into the offensive zone. McQuaid takes it away. Down low, Agusa took it away again, and it's cleared off the wall and out of the zone. Here's Semrad. Drake Semrad controlling behind his goal. Now Horacek. Horacek on the right side, dumping it in. Getting the puck in the offensive zone. Good fortune there by Jesse Horacek. Still in the corner. Looks like Brandon Cohen's also there to help. Big pile up. Kai Shen pushing Cohen around. 3 Nazareth players to 2 Oswegos in the offensive zone. And finally, Nazareth is able to get away with the puck all the way around the boards and kept in there by Drake Semrad. Knocked down with the skate of Kai Shen. Into the middle, looking for Shen again. And the Lakers come away with the puck. Cohen dumps it in. Crosby stops it behind the goal. Here's Lincoln Crosby playing it along. Up the ice and out of the zone. Golden Flyers looking just to escape this second period. The past couple of minutes have been all Lakers. Dropped here for Cohen. Cohen driving around the goal, looking for Vasilo in front, went off his skate. And Blake Frost gets it out of the zone. Off the boards into the zone. And Hagwan gets it behind the goal. Protecting the puck. Good pressure by Nazareth once again. Blake Frost on the boards. Vasilo took it away and chips it all the way down the ice. Connor Gato forces the offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, and that's about as long as a time you can go without any stoppages. Nazareth got a little control in their end. I think Lakers are really stepping up defensively, being where they need to be at all times. Same goes for Nazareth. Both teams really doing good to curb each other's attacks.
42 seconds to go here in the second period. An offensive zone faceoff here for the Lakers, who are trying desperately to get something going here before they head into the locker room. On the faceoff, it's Ryan. He gets it, puts it to the corner, circling around, looking for a pass. And a stick came up and a penalty upcoming on Nazareth. Lakers will go to the power play. Good job by Grenier to draw it. Excuse me, that was Nicholas Miller who drew the penalty in the offensive zone. To the box goes Charles Ross. And the Lakers, who we talked about in the pregame show, Logan, they can really strike. They can turn a game around, and they'll have the chance to here.
Yeah, that they can. They are certainly a third period team. They thrive in the later stages of the game. We saw against the Plattsburgh State Cardinals last game, and now they're putting more pressure on. You can't draw up a better scenario where your opponent is in a power play right now.
Off the face-off, Nazareth looking to clear the zone on the boards as the Lakers start up their first power play unit to start here. Travis Baker up top, gliding the blue line, down low, they score! What a pass by Travis Baker! Colin Voslo tips it in, and they're back within one.
And that just shows how strong the Lakers are when they're on a man advantage. Flyers down one, Lakers capitalize. Second goal of the game that has come in the form of a one-timer. Lakers doing an amazing job putting on the pressure in these later stages of the game, lessening the blow currently to just one goal. So as you see in the corner, the amazing tap and a goal to get past Crosby.
Travis Baker, a phenomenal job to just make it look easy, drive the blue line as the Lakers look to answer again. Cohen slid it through the crease. 4 seconds to go here, and the Lakers will carry this momentum into the third. They were down 4-1, and they only trail 4-3 as the Deborah F. Stanley Arena applauds them as they exit the ice.
Yeah, and you can't dream of a better period if you're the Lakers. I keep saying it's more ideal than ever, but it really is. That period was. Lakers 2 goals in that one. The changing goalies. Milberg came in for Manzi. Really, I think, brought more energy into the Deb. Fans got into it. Baker sealed the deal on that final minute, again, to put the deficit to just 1. This will be where miracles are made of in this final period for Gosick and company.
Well, before we go to break, Piper Kiernan once again downstairs, this time with Owen Heidelberger. He scored the most recent goal for Nazareth. Piper, let us know what's going on down there.
Hi guys, here I am with number 26, Owen Heidelberger. How are you feeling after this last period?
Pretty good about ourselves. Obviously let up a little in the last 5, but I think just got to put our foot on the gas this next period and finish strong.
And now, do you guys feel like you're going to do great under this pressure, knowing that Lakers can score 1 more goal just to tie it up?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have a confident group. We've been here before, so just got to go out there and do it.
And do you have any words for your guys about making sure that Oswego doesn't score the next goal?
Just keep the foot on the gas.
Okay, thank you so much.
Well, that will do it from us here in the Steve Levy press box for the second period of play, but don't go anywhere. Eddie, Aiden, and Michelle will break down that second period here on WTOP 10.
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy. I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon. Joe is at this place. I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here.
Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still?
Joe, I'm going to sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
So you're probably wondering why the top producer of WTOP's new hit, Oswego Liza, is currently juggling a soccer ball right now. That's just because I don't just know ball, but I can play it too. WTOP, live every other Sunday, 7 p.m. Tune in.
had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat most Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris.
Come on. I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome back to WTOP 10 TV as we are in the second intermission. And what a period that was, guys. A lot to talk about. A couple goals. You know, now it's 4-3, but I think the big headline from that period is the goalie change for the Lakers, Michelle. Michael Manzi was pulled for Brandon Milberg. Why don't you break that one down for us?
Yeah, that was a very uncharacteristic performance from Michael Manzi. Tonight, his save percentage was just a .692. His record on the season is a .923. He let in 4 shots within the first 30 minutes of the game, or 4 goals rather, off of 9 shots. So not something that you want to see from that young goalie who's really been a standout so far this season. And then Milberg comes in. He looks like the Milberg that we got used to during last year's SUNY Championship. You know, very strong, that senior goalie. He, right now, this season, 2 starts, 4 games overall, including tonight. This is the second time he's been put in for another goalie. I don't know if that was McCarthy or Manzi, so I don't want to go missaying anything. But so far tonight, no goals on 3 shots on goal, so a great performance from him. So we'll see how that goes for the next 20 minutes. You would expect big things from Milberg, but this game has not really been what anybody's expected, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Milberg will really have to hold his own here in this third period. He came in relief for the Lakers on Saturday against Plattsburgh and ultimately helped them overcome that 4-1 deficit en route to a 5-4 victory against Plattsburgh. So we'll see what Milberg can do entering this third period. But Aiden, let's talk about the Nazareth goalie who had a really good first, we'll say, period and a half, and then a couple Oswego goals there toward the end of the period. Break that one down.
I thought he got a little sloppy. His rebound control wasn't great. You could see one of them on the goalie you're about to watch here. Maybe he's partially screened by not partially screened. He's got the guy coming around the back of the net. That one went in. I don't think you can blame him on that one. He's got things going on in front of him. None of them have been easy shots necessarily. You saw the wraparound there as well, leading to his second goal. I don't think he's played bad. I thought, like you mentioned, he has a strong period and a half. He's started to lose that a bit. I think he's got to refocus coming into the third. But I still think he's been the better goalie, at least compared to Michael Manzi tonight, which we did say has had an uncharacteristically poor night.
Yeah, I would like to highlight that obviously by now all of our game predictions are, out the window. But Aiden, you went 2 for 2 with your players to watch.
2 for 2. Both of my guys have recorded a point tonight.
Talk about how they're playing out there.
I thought we obviously saw a great screen there from Vassilo. He got the deflection, gave the Lakers within 1, and then Frost with the assist to open the game in the first period. Great pass, setting up his teammate. Both of my guys have recorded a point. Neither of yours have. What's going on?
Yeah, Vassilo with the great one-timer to close out the period on the assist by Travis Baker, the team leader in points, and he's towards the top of the SUNY in points as well. So these notable Lakers are coming to play. They know they're down. We saw it on Saturday with that, like I said, 4-1 deficit. They came back and won 5-4. So it's going to be those big-name guys making big-time plays, a very potent offense. Michelle, what else are you seeing out there from those guys?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of kind of sluggishness, tiredness. I think we all kind of made a note of that during this period. I just have to say, maybe it's the cold. It hasn't been great weather up here that these Lakers have been enduring, but maybe they got too comfortable in that number 4 spot. I think that Oswego is a team that gets a lot of accolades and a lot of attention for being a really good team, and I feel like comfort is kind of the word to default on here. I have to say, coming from behind, which, right now, they got up to that 3-4, so they're only 1 goal right behind. We'll see what goes on in the next 20, but coming from behind is not a way to win championships, and that's where I'm going to leave it on the Lakers right now.
Definitely a lot of kinks to iron out as we enter the final period of play. How about, with all this crazy weather we've had, right, all the snow, wind, cold, everything, let's break out the weather radars. I wish we had a meteorologist to toss to, because if you took a look at the radar, you might not see any golden flyers coming across, but they've came to play, so they've got the lead heading into the final frame. Aiden, how is the Nazareth Golden Flyers looking today?
I thought they looked good. Definitely better than we've all expected them to look. Now, they ran into a goalie. Oswego's ran into a hot goalie tonight. in Crosby. I think Crosby's played really well. What I noticed from that third period, though, I think both teams lack discipline. This is game starting to look chippier. We have guys running in, making late hits, borderline interference on some of them. We're going to have to see if that game is called the same way. Right now, both referees have let everything go for the most part. So we're going to have to see where this discipline goes. But I see this being a very chippy third period with a lot of penalty minutes coming up.
Definitely an uncharacteristic period for both teams. I think it's the Golden Flyers playing above our expectations and the Lakers playing below. I mean, obviously that goalie swap was the big headline, but I mean, those last few minutes, Michelle, they really showed up to play, and we saw 2 goals in a matter of minutes. Do you think that momentum carries into the third period?
I would like to see that. Otherwise, it becomes kind of a boring hockey game. It's also important to note that Oswego put in their extra skater Hyen within the last 3 or so minutes of the period. He wasn't on the ice for that last Oswego goal of the period, but I think that shaking things up, swapping out your goalie halfway through the game, as well as putting in your extra skater, does kind of get the guys back in their heads and say, all right, this is a game. This is a game that we need to win.
Yeah, the Lakers making some moves we don't typically see from them in, say a standard game, but they're doing what it takes to win, and they've got one more period to do it. So that'll wrap it up for us here for our intermission report. We'll be back after the game for our post-game report right here on WTOP 10. Stick around. Surprise you. I mean, it's been a surprising game, so we'll make another surprise appearance. How about some updated game predictions since all of ours are out the window? Aiden, you said 3-0, right?
I said 3-0 Lakers initially. So that went out the window in the first minute.
You did nail the players to watch, 2 for 2.
Did.
So I'm going to give you another chance with your game prediction. Updated. It's 4-3 right now at the end of the second period. What do you got?
I'll take 5-3 Nazareth as our final tonight. I think they'll get one more in. I'm not sure how good the Lakers are going to be coming off. You said they're obviously Nazareth's in their head. They had to expect this game based off that 4-0 win to be more of a cakewalk coming into this. It hasn't proven to be that way so far. I think Nazareth sneaks one more in, and then we end up in a 5-3 game.
Michelle, you said, was it 4-1?
I believe it was 4-1 Oswego. I think that at this point in the game, because we know that Oswego is good at coming from behind and kind of working their way through these tricky defensive situations, I almost want to say 5-4 Oswego, but I feel like that might be a little detrimental to the team to have another win from behind. You don't want to see them get too used to that and too secure in their ability to do that and then blow their season on it.
I think, I was thinking about it earlier. I picked Oswego to win 5-1. Obviously, the Golden Flyers scored first, and then they scored again, and then the Lakers kind of chipping away at it. But why not go crazy? I mean, it's a crazy outcome none of us predicted. We'll say 7-5 Nazareth over Oswego. They'll end their 2-game losing skid and take down the number 4 ranked Lakers as we close out our third period of play here in the Deb.
I just can't see 5 goals getting scored in that third period. But I think Nazareth's gonna.
Anything's possible.
Guess, yeah.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible here in the Deb. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome to the Steve Levy Press Box. I'm James Fitzpatrick, alongside me, Logan Weingartner. Right before the third period of play, Nazareth leading the Lakers 4-3. Logan, what did you see from this first two periods?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first, Nazareth really got off to a hot start. Both teams notched a goal. Nazareth notched the second and the third and the fourth. Lakers, though, in the second period really put the gas on the pedal, drove into the heels of Nazareth, and really, I think, just improved as a unit on both offense and defense in really all departments of the game.
Yeah, Lakers really took the momentum towards the end of that second period. We saw them flying down the ice, really getting shots on Lincoln Crosby, and those were grade A shots too, which we really didn't see from the first half of the game.
Yeah, Cohen and Vassilo are the two who scored for the Lakers in that second period to bring them back within one goal. Again, they're producing really good shots right now. Even if some of them don't go in, they have really good puck control in their offensive end where they want to get chances. They are moving the puck very well. Expect that to be a trend throughout this final period as they try to tie it up and pull off really a miracle like they did last game against the Plattsburgh State Cardinals.
Yeah, and for Nazareth's side, I mean, we go into this game looking at them. They're not a huge offensive threat, right? Their top scorer has 9 points in 16 games, which isn't anything to write home about. But look at them now. They're leading one of the best teams in the country going into this third period.
Yeah, you really got to give credit to the Golden Flyers. A lot of it can be attributed to the great play of goalie Lincoln Crosby, who so far has put up 15 saves for these Golden Flyers on a flurry of shots faced. So you really have to give him credit for standing in between those pipes, stopping the number 4 team in the nation on a lot of shots. But also for the Lakers, Milberg coming in from Manzi in that second period, really just asserting his dominance as soon as he came in, giving the Lakers a new sense of balance.
And we go into Michael Manzi. We went into this game. He had some fantastic stats this season for the Lakers, his first season with the Lakers. And he comes into this game, he really just did not perform. 4 goals given up, and a few of them really were softies, especially that last one by Heidelberger. It really was a stoppable rebound.
Yeah, that it was. I mean, Nazareth just, I think in the second period, they kind of fell apart on defense. Not really fell apart, just allowed the Lakers to elude them more than they did in the first. They're going to need to improve as a unit. Crosby was very alert in the first period. Maybe they found a 3-point cushion, so maybe he thought he could let his foot off the gas pedal for a bit. But these Lakers, he didn't do the right scouting report in the fact that they are a late-stage team.
And the final thing we mentioned in the pregame show, of course, Michelle brought it up on the perch. I brought it up on the press box. Special teams are key. We've seen special teams really be the factor in this game, especially for Oswego on the power play.
Yeah, they have done super good in the penalty kill, denying a lot of chances from the opposition. And on the other end, when they have an advantage, they've thrived in those chances, creating really good opportunities for this team. Expect that trend to continue throughout the rest of this game. Neither team with a shorthanded goal, but if there's ever a time to have one, it is in this final period.
Well, the teams will hit the ice. We will skate 5-on-5, of course, to start the period, especially after the Colin Vassilo last-minute power play goal off a terrific pass by Travis Baker. Brandon Milberg takes the ice again for the Lakers to start this period. Michael Manzi will sit the rest of the night as he hangs his head on the bench for Oswego. We take a look at the Nazareth bench, who comes into this period really feeling confident, but also considering the Lakers had momentum to end that third period, especially that backbreaker of the goal that Vassilo scored. It can be nerve-wracking for them.
Yeah, Lakers, a lot of hockey to be played this week. Friday, you got Potsdam. Saturday, you have Canton. So Lakers really want to start this week off on the right foot, and they have done that in the second period.
We begin the third period with the early save by Crosby off a weak shot from center ice. And the Lakers look to get the pressure going right away. Do they have another comeback in their bones? The puck sits right in front of the Lakers bench as Drake Semrad is able to get it in, where Lincoln Crosby stops it behind his net. Nazareth looks to get the play going in their defensive zone. Ross all the way up ice. Deflecting in there was number 13, Finn Theriot. Simpson back behind the goal. Simpson turning away from danger, almost lost the puck in the slot, and now it's kept alive by Frost. Frost down low. Shot attempt there, missed, and Frost had to play it into the corner. Frost lets it go all the way around the boards where Mann will have it. Up the boards, Nazareth still with the puck, floating it on goal, attempt there, and Gato will knock it down. Frost again. One of the better skaters on this Nazareth team is Blake Frost. He lost the puck to Adam Grenier, and in neutral ice, a good hit there by Gato, and that's where it'll be dumped in by Nate Mann. Milberg will stop behind the goal. A miscommunication. Baker has to come help Grenier, and Milberg saves the day there for them. Baker back behind the goal, pokes it behind all the way around, and Nazareth once again, good forechecking here to start this third period. Still in the Lakers zone. Golden Flyers maintaining possession. Out of reach for Travis Baker. All the way around. Stepping up there was Matthew Herb to keep the play alive. Back behind Brandon Milberg's goal once again. All the way back. Up top it goes. Miller sends it all the way around. Herb races to the puck, and he keeps it in once again. Floated on goal, just tipped wide of Brandon Milberg. Back up top, Miller floats it across. It was intercepted by Grenier, and Miller will chip it all the way back in. The Lakers are able to change a couple guys.
Yeah, great defensive stand right there by the Lakers. A lot of puck control by the Flyers, but Lakers standing ever so tall right now.
So far, the momentum in the favor of the Golden Flyers, which is something we didn't expect after that ending into the second period, but they came out strong to start this one. Chipped into the zone, and they will ice the puck. It'll be an offensive zone faceoff here for Oswego.
Yeah, and you hope to put the equalizer in this third period. That's going to come with taking chances where you can get them. You still have to be calculated and smart with your decisions, but you cannot let the foot off the gas pedal. You have to take, again, chances where you get them. You have to hope to find separation and just fire the puck right on the net.
Off the faceoff, here comes Nazareth the other way in neutral ice, playing it along. A shot attempt there was blocked by Payon. Gilmore up the boards, still alive in the zone, and another good play by Gilmore there to take over. All the way around for Vasilo. In neutral ice, put back on goal, wide of Milberg's net. It would have been offside anyway, and the Lakers will take over. Here comes Ryan the other way. He's got Burke all the way across. He gives it to Burke off his skates, putting it through his legs for Payon, and good defensive play there by the Golden Flyers. Still in the slot, and the Golden Flyers are able to escape the zone. 2-on-2 the other way. Milberg swallows this one off the Lakers' crest on his jersey, and it'll be an offensive zone faceoff here for Nazareth.
Yeah, great alertness by Milberg there to be in the right place at the right time, and on the offensive end, little miscommunication by the Lakers when the puck was attempted to get to Payon through the legs, so you have to be stout in that puck movement if you want to come back in this final period.
Nate Mann will take the draw against the Lakers captain McQuaid, and McQuaid was easily kicked out of the zone, out of the faceoff there, and Horacek will take it instead against Nate Mann. Nazareth really dominant on the faceoff tonight, but the Lakers have picked it up as of late. This one's off the draw and out of the zone. Cohen into the middle. McQuaid, a low shot, stopped by Crosby. Frost the other way, flying down the ice, chips it past Semrad, and he'll have help from his defenseman, Agusa. He reverses it. Frost presses a Laker along the wall. That was Semrad, and McQuaid will start it up for Oswego right here. McQuaid on the near side, skates into the zone. His shot stopped by Crosby. All the way around the zone. Down the ice, Baker will retreat for it. Travis Baker for Simpson. Simpson on his backhand, gave it to Nicholas Miller. By Fudger all the way down, and Fudger will get in on the forecheck. Great job by Brett Fudger on his backhand. Circling the zone, now Miller. Nicholas Miller scored the first goal of the game for Oswego. Fudger, another big hit. He's had plenty of those. Ergo has one as well. He gave it across for Simpson. Simpson, a shot, doesn't go. A penalty called to Nazareth, and the Lakers will head to another power play.
Yeah, that was some great physicality right there by the Lakers to steal the puck. And again, as we talked about in both the pre-show and before this final period started, this is where the Lakers really thrive, is when they have or when the Flyers are down one man, Lakers have one power play goal, looking to make it 2 right now in their own end.
The penalty go to Nate Mann for cross-checking. And with 15:49 to go in a one-goal game, the Lakers will look to tie it on this power play. Gato couldn't control that face-off win. He's got to give it across to Travis Baker. Baker sends it all the way around. Burke hopped over his stick, and it'll go all the way down. Gato, Baker, Vasilo, Burke, and Ryan are the men on the ice for Oswego on this power play. Baker starts it up, drops it back for Burke. Burke in the neutral zone, skates it in, passes to his left for Ryan, who shoots it all the way around the boards for Vasilo. On the wall, taken away by Kai Shen. He can fly, but he was taken away by Travis Baker, who took a holding penalty, and that will even it up and kill the Lakers power play.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate for the Lakers now, as they fall in the penalty box, and they cannot afford to let Nazareth get another goal here. They need to stand tall on defense in all departments.
They saw Nazareth's biggest threat tonight, Kai Shen, flying down that left side, and Travis Baker had no other choice but to hold him up. A 4-on-4 face-off here to the right of Brandon Milberg, and Semrad will control and regroup behind the net. Semrad looking for an opening. Nothing open net, and now he's finally got Cohen. Cohen flying through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Cohen wings it around the boards, past McQuaid, and now here comes Nazareth the other way. Down the right side, looking for a shot, whiffed on it, and a good play by Semrad to kick it away from any danger. Playing it along again, taken away by the Golden Flyers. Pressure's still there, and it's taken and cleared away from danger again by Aiden Cooper. All the way out to the neutral zone, and that's where Andrew Miller for Nazareth will regroup. Send it right back up the ice, though. Here come the Golden Flyers. Back to the middle for Frost. Blake Frost making moves. A backhander is stopped by Milberg. Frost collects the rebound on the boards. Frost, backhand pass along. Here is a shot off the shoulder of Milberg. That shot by Ross. Vasilo controlling it up himself. A 1-on-2 rush. Bringing it in past Frost. Vasilo turns back on his backhand. Payone's calling for it. Payone's got it. Lost it off his stick. Gato looking for it. And Frost gets to the puck first. A 2-on-1 opportunity. The diving attempt by Frost wouldn't go, and the Lakers are able to escape. A 2-on-2 rush now. Nazareth has the power play, and it was offside, says the linesman on Ryan Burke. He doesn't agree with it, neither does the Lakers bench.
Yeah, and Lakers trying to turn defense into offense. Unfortunate for Coach Gosick and company right there, but I want to cite that the Lakers did extremely well on defense on that possession right there. I want to highlight Semrad, Vasilo, the defensive anchor that is Aiden Cooper, and Milberg, all able to stand tall, deny chances that were presented to them, and really curb this Nazareth attack in this final period.
Golden Flyers look to get something going on their shortened power play. This one off the boards in front of the bench of the Golden Flyers, breaking into the zone, and here they come. Nazareth with the puck in the offensive zone, all the way across. Here's Agusa at the point, down low for Kai Shen. Agusa again. All the way down low with that shot, and it went high of the glove of Brendan Milberg. Back in front, dangerous opportunity here for the Golden Flyers. Still down low, good job by Simpson, and a penalty called here. A slash called to, looks like Ryan Burke. No, not Ryan Burke. It looks like it'll be a Lakers penalty to number 23, Brendan Gilmore, for the slash.
Yeah, and as soon as the Lakers enter the game back in full strength, the referees call a slash, so Brendan Gilmore will be unavailable for the next 2 minutes. But good thing for the Lakers, they hold an A1 type of penalty kill.
Well, as soon as the Lakers killed off that last power play, the shortened power play for Nazareth, they take another one. Golden Flyers with the puck on the power play. On the left side, back to the middle, and that one's kicked away by Milberg. Frost back up top for Ross. Ross swings it to the left, down low, to the middle, deflected away. Gato off the boards. Miller looking to get it out. Good pressure by the Golden Flyers. Mann is there. Frost is there. Ross keeping it alive as best as he can. And what a play by Nazareth to keep it in the zone. On the left side, that's number 9, Antoine Lucier. Back up top for Frost. Here is Frost looking for an opening. Drops it for Ross. Ross circles back, now Frost. Ross. Lucier to the middle. Ross again looking for a shot and a save by Milberg. Into the middle again, and that one went wide of Milberg. Frost back up top for Ross. To the left, Lucier. To the middle. Here's Mann, down low. Back up top for Lucier again. To the right, Frost. They want Ross to get that one-timer, and now Frost switches sides with him. Down low, and a save by Milberg. Still loose at the side of the net. In front, saved by Milberg with the glove.
Yeah, and Milberg showing why he's one of the premier goalies in the SUNY right now. 3 straight saves. Nazareth, a lot of puck control. In that end, we see the shot stopped by Milberg. Nazareth tries to recoup and get another one on goal. Good puck movement, but Milberg falling, able to stop that puck, showing why he was the right choice in these final stages.
28 seconds to go here on the man advantage for Nazareth. All the way around the boards. Golden Flyers maintaining possession again. Agusa chips it down low. On the board, Simpson looking to get it out, loses control. Sticks flying and kicked out of the zone by Simpson without a stick, and it's taken away. Short-handed opportunity for Ryan, and a save by Crosby. The net came off. Agusa came sliding into it, and the whistle blows.
And that's almost as good of a chance as you're going to get for an equalizer in this third period. Lakers, really good offensive possession. Defender dived for it. Ryan had the shot, but again,
you can
just
see
a
here,
wayward shot and no goal for the Lakers in these final 11 minutes.
You saw in that replay that Agusa came sliding in, trying to break up that breakaway attempt for Ryan. He missed completely, hit the post, knocks the net off behind Lincoln Crosby. It'll be an offensive zone faceoff here for Oswego to the right of Lincoln Crosby, and it'll be Burke taking it. The power play comes to an end as Oswego takes a shot, and that deflected wide of Lincoln Crosby. Baker threw it on goal, and it deflected wide. Kai Shen reverses. Nazareth looking to escape. Here's Agusa. Up the boards and clearing the zone past Payon.
Now Lakers chasing the puck. Great penalty kill as Gilmore took the bench. Lakers at even strength now.
And that'll be an icing on Oswego, so it'll be a face-off down in the zone of Brandon Milberg, who has been phenomenal since coming into this game. And you can see right here.
Yeah, good chance by Nazareth. But Milberg right there in the right place at the right time to stop it, and yet again falls back. You can't talk about him enough when you talk about these Oswego State Lakers.
Off the boards, Vossalo clears the zone. He chips it along for Payon. Payon on goal, and Crosby swallows that one. One of the easier saves he's had to make tonight. 23 shots for Oswego and only 3 let up by Lincoln Crosby, who has been pretty good tonight despite the low save percentage that he's had this season.
Yeah, Crosby with 20 total saves this game has allowed 3 goals, but as of late has been really good at killing this Oswego attack, denying any momentum.
Meineke chips it up the boards. Frost kicks it along, and Payon, who had that last shot on Lincoln Crosby, is back for it. Nicholas Miller turning the other way, and now it's Fudger. Here is Fudger protecting it on his backhand, takes a hit, and turns the puck over. Meineke looking to get it away from Payon. Payon puts it back behind the goal of Crosby. Here's Andrew Miller for Nazareth, chips it all the way down the ice. It won't be an icing, not far enough. Semrad with 10 minutes to go here in this third period. Nazareth holding on to a 4-3 lead, and they look to add more here with the puck, and clearing it all the way down the ice was Luthier. A big hit on the boards by the Lakers' Cooper behind the net. That one's put wide of Milberg, and Cooper will take over and head up ice. That's Cooper to McQuaid. McQuaid down low, circling the net. McQuaid still looking, puts it for a teammate behind the net now, Cohen. Cohen reverses, intercepted by the Nazareth defenseman, and clears it all the way down the ice. Simpson gloves it down in neutral ice, and the Lakers take over. McQuaid getting it through the neutral zone, takes a shot, swallowed and covered by Crosby.
Yeah, that was a really hard and good shot by McQuaid, who has come alive in his senior season in the later stages of it. But again, the goalie Crosby in the right place at the right time. Oswego just not gaining any clear edge right now, even with some great puck movement.
And we saw that huge hit by Cooper on Ryan Parent in the defensive zone, and this has been a really physical game throughout the whole night as the faceoff is won by the Lakers. Here is Travis Baker swinging it to the middle. Oh, what a save by Crosby! Still loose, Ryan down low, and he missed it wide. Burke to Baker. Baker circling down low. Here is Vasilo behind the goal, chipped along, back in front, and it is covered by Crosby, who didn't know where the puck was.
Yeah, that could have ended not good for Nazareth, but Crosby has been absolutely out of his mind in this game, making gymnastic-like moves to hold his team in still what is a one-goal advantage right now, has upped his goalie status in the season to a premier one in the United Collegiate Hockey Conference.
Fudger kicked out of the draw. Miller will take it instead. He loses the draw, and Nazareth takes over in their defensive zone. 8:38 to go here in the third. Frost knocked over. That shot by Fudger well wide. In the offensive zone here is Gilmore, circling back, taken away by the Golden Flyers, and a 2-on-2 rush the other way. Here comes Frost. Frost, a really good skater for this Nazareth team. He flicks it on goal into the glove of Brandon Milberg.
Yeah, that's just a textbook save by Milberg. Frost has the quickness advantage on Payon inside of that one-on-one that they have. But yet again, Milberg standing tall in that net, and for him on the game, he is up to 11 saves, has not allowed any goals as of yet, and hopes to keep it that way within these final 8 minutes and 18 seconds.
Face off to the right of Brandon Milberg. McQuaid kicked out, and Cohen will take it instead. Puck is dropped, won by the Lakers on the board still, and McQuaid takes over, chips it along the boards, out of the zone, put right back in by Nazareth. Semrad looking to escape. To his right is McQuaid. McQuaid loses it, taken away, and here come the Golden Flyers the other way. A shot and a save by Milberg. It's still loose behind the net, and Frost back up top. Agusa played it along to his defense partner, and he lost it in neutral ice, and it's going to go all the way back into the Nazareth zone. That's where Matthew Fair will take over and look for a breakout. He leaves it and goes for a change. Agusa will take over. That's Dasuk Agusa standing at 6'3", 210. He passed it all the way up, looking for Frost, who almost found himself loose. He didn't have gas to go chase that puck after he deflected into the zone. Milberg turns it over. The Lakers recover in the defensive zone, and they come out through the neutral ice. Simpson along for Vasilo. Vasilo turns back, looking to play it along. Here's Burke making moves. Burke down low, trying to give it to Simpson. They were on the wrong page. Here come the Golden Flyers the other way. They have numbers if they hurry. Across, and what a play by Travis Baker to break that one up. Back the other way. Here come the Lakers. Burke making moves. A shot just went wide. Golden Flyers put it behind the net. Payon will step first. Here is Nico Payon making moves around the goal. In front. Oh, what a save by Crosby again. Back up top, and that one's going to leave the zone, and that gives Nazareth a chance to change. All the way back up. Here comes Fudger. Fudger, a shot went wide of Crosby. Miller chips it up the boards. Here come the Golden Flyers the other way. Down low, blocked by Payon. Still there, and the Lakers are able to clear the zone. Here's Gilmore. Losing a handle and gets it to Payon again. Payon to Gilmore. On the boards, lost the puck momentarily, got it to Nicholas Miller. He couldn't get into the zone, and here come the Golden Flyers the other way. A chance and a good play by Semrad with the poke check, breaking the puck away from the Golden Flyers forward, breaking to the net. Here come the Lakers the other way in the neutral zone. Semrad over the blue line. Semrad turning back across. Here's McQuaid. McQuaid to the net, and that deflected over. Cohen down low. Semrad behind the goal, and Crosby actually made a save there from the corner. Cooper, a shot went wide. Here's Cohen with 5:21 to go. Cohen all the way around, cleared by the Golden Flyers, and it will be an icing.
Yeah, and the Nazareth defense has been absolutely lethal. Lakers putting on a flurry of shots within the last about 3 minutes. Crosby able to stop so many of them, and that backhand help is proving useful to the Golden Flyers, as we see right now. Crosby extending himself for the save. And on the game, Crosby now up to 24 saves and still just 3 goals allowed.
The Lakers knocking on the door, but this one's cleared out. Frost looking to take it away, and a great job by Blake Frost to keep up the forecheck, trying to kill as much time in the final 5. Baker to Vossalo. Vossalo ducks, gets the puck into the middle. Baker turning and loses the puck. Good job by Agusa, and it's taken back by the Lakers. That's deflected. Vossalo's got it again. Vossalo. Burke circling to Baker. Baker, a shot attempt wouldn't go. It's deflected wide. Simpson keeps the puck in there. And finally, Agusa has the puck, and he's got a chance to clear here. And now the Golden Flyers have numbers again. Down low, and it wouldn't go on the deflection. In the corner is Luthier, taken away by Burke, and here come the Lakers once again. McQuaid across the line. McQuaid trying to control it on the boards. Back up top, here's Payon. He's got a man, it's Gilmore, who couldn't handle that one. Gilmore trying to escape the pressure. Kept in by the Lakers. Cohen around the goal. Here is Cohen back up top. Gilmore to his right, Payon, a shot, it hit a man in front, it's still loose, and now Gilmore keeps the puck in. Gilmore, a shot, sailed high. Payon keeps it alive. Nazareth struggling to hang on here, and finally it's shipped out of the zone. Another 2-on-1 chance. Down low, whiffing on the wide open attempt was Gabriel Laflamme. On the boards again with 3:25 to go. Cohen regroups and lets his team go for a change after that long shift. A "Let's go Lakers" chant up from the crowd with 3:15 to go, and they'll try to get one more comeback in this season. A season that's had so many of them in big moments. As Vossalo tries to keep the puck in here, Semrad goes to help. Ryan's able to help as well, and Cooper puts it right back into the zone. Good pressure here from Ryan, bringing around the goal in front. What a play by Agusa, taking his stick and blocking that wraparound attempt. A blocker save there by Crosby with 2:45 to go. Semrad around the goal. Burke up the wall. Ryan pressuring there, and Burke is able to get to the puck first. Drops it for Ryan. Takes a hit from Kai Shen. All the way around the boards. And Burke is able to keep it in momentarily, and now it's taken out of the zone. Here come the Golden Flyers again with another on-man rush. A shot there deflected away by Semrad. Here come the Lakers once again. Ryan put it along for Semrad, looking for Vaso to hit the skate of Fudger. Now Semrad playing it into the zone. Fudger couldn't keep it alive, and it's out of the zone once again. In neutral ice, Gato to Baker. Deflected into the zone there. And the Golden Flyers look to escape the zone, not unless Nicholas Miller keeps it alive. Still behind the goal. Milberg leaves the net. Net is empty. Simpson. Empty net for the Lakers as Simpson has it in front of the Nazareth bench. Diving on top of the puck is number 15, Matthew Fair. The Lakers want a whistle, and finally they'll get one in neutral ice.
Yeah, and we saw this on this year's whiteout weekend. The Lakers had emptied their bench, or emptied their net, I should say, down just one with about, I want to say, 20 seconds to go. Milberg coming back on now, but still, Lakers had a man advantage, and Travis Baker knotted the game-winning goal. So we'll now see in the same form if the Lakers can notch the equalizer here as Milberg takes back the net.
Games like this remain so important for the Lakers. They trail Hobart in the SUNY standings, who remain undefeated, Hobart that is. But games like this is ones you need to win against big underdogs in order to maintain that #1 spot and able to keep home ice throughout the playoffs as well.
Yeah, again, as I cited about 20 minutes ago when this period started, Lakers have a busy week of hockey ahead. Nazareth tonight, Potsdam Friday, Canton Saturday, back at it next week. All these games this week at the Deb, so they are ever so pivotal for this season as they try to climb the SUNY standings. Again, toe-to-toe with Hobart. Hobart came into this conference this season and has really put on a show. We have expected nothing less from the Statesmen, 3-time consecutive NCAA Division III champions, as Lakers really need this win to continue inserting their dominance and extend their win streak to 8.
Regardless of what happens in this game, it was a fantastic one to call. The Lakers coming into this one hosting Nazareth with a 13-2-1 record, while Nazareth only sits at 9-6-1, looking for their 10th win of the season. And they're only 1:36 away from doing so.
Yeah, and if the Golden Flyers come out of this heading back to Rochester, it will prove pivotal for them in the UCHC conference standings heading down the season.
Center ice face-off with 1:36 to go. It'll be Burke against Dumas. Won by the Lakers. Milberg looking at the bench, ready to go, and he skates right to that bench. McQuaid digging deep. The Lakers captain kicking it along, circling back. He's got Vasilo in front of him, and he's going to put it right back up top for Burke. Burke to his left for Baker. Baker down low, still in the crease, and a save by Crosby. Ryan with one hand on his stick, protecting the puck. Here's Vasilo in front. Would it go? They score! They score! It's Burke! He ties the game! 4-4, 1:08 to go!
And you can't get much better than that if you're the Lakers. Amazing puck movement right there. Burke found a crease on the corner, off of Crosby. Defense not able to corral it. Just an insane equalizing play, similar to this past year's whiteout weekend.
They've been knocking on the door for the past 11 minutes. The momentum has been in the Nazareth zone the whole time, and they're finally able to cash in. Milberg makes a blocker save there. Semrad looking to break it up. 56 seconds to go as Semrad shoots it all the way down the ice, and it'll be an icing on Oswego.
And now Lakers really just going to try to put an emphasis on defense right now. If they go too fast on offense, they may make some mistakes, and we see this Nazareth team really applying urgency, so they don't want to rush. Maybe just take it into overtime if you can't find anything that suits your play style.
Face off to the right of Brandon Milberg. It's won by the Lakers. Semrad shoots it up, turns it over in neutral ice as Ross looks to counterattack. It's deflected in by Nazareth. Semrad behind the goal with 39 to go. Semrad waiting for something to open up. 30 seconds to go. He's got Cooper on his right. Cooper puts it up the ice. Gato gave a cross check to Agusa. Gato skating in, a glove save, rebound still there, it wouldn't go. Gato's got it again on the right wall. Gato got hooked a bit, he's still got the puck. Agusa flips it behind with 15 seconds to go. Charles Ross looks to break it up the ice. He has to turn back and to give it to Agusa, 10 seconds to go. Agusa on the left board, shoots it up, all the way down the ice, off the hands of Travis Baker. And we'll have extra hockey here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. The Lakers able to come back 4-1 down once again. And they strike 3 times in a row, 3 unanswered. And they're back in this one as we'll get some extra hockey.
Yeah, it's time for both of these teams to clock in for their overtime shifts, as the Lakers are a team of miracles recently. We continue to cite the Plattsburgh game that happened last week. Lakers come back from a 4-goal deficit to win that one in ever so entertaining fashion. You might have to think, with the momentum they have, the same recipe can be drawn up in this overtime period.
Look at these saves from each goalie, especially Lincoln Crosby, who was phenomenal in that third period.
Yeah, they absolutely did in all facets of the game, as Crosby fell short of a save in the last goal, and it was knocked out to Burke when he notched the game-tying one. And as you just saw, that insane save by Milberg highlights his play throughout the entire game, as he has protected the pipes ever so well.
The storylines just keep building for these Lakers. Following a historic season, they finally make the SUNYAC championship. They win it all there. They go to the national tournament. They don't win it there. And these storylines this season keep building up. They find their heroic goaltender, Brendan Milberg, battling for that #1 spot before the season. He doesn't get it, and he keeps building his way up. Today does not allow a goal in regulation after coming in relief from Michael Manzi halfway through the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's a spirit you want to have. Milberg just putting his foot to the pedal, saving every shot that comes his way, still has yet to allow a goal with 13 saves on the game. If you're Gosek, you have to seriously consider moving him up in the depth chart.
So 3-on-3 hockey to go here. 5 minutes on the board. Each team talking to their benches as we're getting set to go here. We take a look at Brandon Milberg, who was heroic here tonight, making every save that came his way, and he was really the backstop to getting the momentum on the Lakers side.
Yeah, and they hope that they can keep this momentum and keep turning the wheel going in to this overtime shift.
It'll be Ryan, Gato, and Baker for the Lakers. Shen, Frost, and Ross for Nazareth. 3-on-3 overtime. It doesn't get more exciting than this, and we are underway. Baker will start it up for Oswego. Circling all the way back. Possession is the name of the game in 3-on-3, as everyone knows. Gato looking for open space. He's got it on his right. Here's Connor Gato driving in. Flips it back for Baker, who loses the puck, and here comes Ross the other way. He's got Frost on his left. Baker trying to catch up. Here is Ross flipping it in front. What a save by Milberg! Lakers with the puck again. Ryan plays it back for Gato. Ryan settling it down. Baker goes for a change. Semrad comes on. Gato off. Vasilo on. Ryan circling it back, gives it to Semrad. Ryan wants to come off, and Burke will replace him. Vasilo drops it back for Burke. Burke loses an edge, gets it back. Burke for Semrad. Here come the Lakers once again. The pass was behind Vasilo, who's got to maintain possession, and Burke will circle it all the way back. Here come the Lakers. Into the offensive zone, Semrad. Semrad circling back towards the blue line. He's got 2 men on his right. The Lakers have to spread out here. Here's Semrad on the point. Semrad still with possession. Agusa in his face. He's got to get out of the zone and regroup for Ryan Burke. Here's Burke back into the offensive zone. Across for Vasilo. Here's Vasilo. Shot by Semrad went well wide. Burke down low for Vasilo. Vasilo almost taken down, hooked a bit. Nazareth looking to get possession here. Great job by Vasilo letting his team change. Still maintaining that puck on the end boards. And finally it's dug out. And now here comes Nazareth the other way. A 2-on-1 if they hurry. Good job by McQuaid to get back. Chipped into the zone there by Lucier. And Gilmore will regroup for Oswego. Both teams got to change. Here comes Gilmore. 2:51 to go here in overtime. McQuaid past the blue line. McQuaid circling in front. Horacek deflected off a stick and out of play into the netting.
Yeah, and both teams with great defensive stands so far. We just saw Lakers try to take a shot, but it was hit off the stick of the defender. And then when the Lakers had a chance on net, that's just some great defense. Or I mean, when the Flyers had a chance on net, Manzi extending himself to make an out-of-this-world save, keeping the game alive.
Milberg in net, not Michael Manzi. Michael Manzi out of the game in the second period. Milberg in relief. Here come the Golden Flyers the other way. It's Frost flying into the offensive zone. He's got Kai Shen cutting to the net. Shen taken down by McQuaid. Nothing being called. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Here come the Lakers. McQuaid across. Gilmore to the right. Horacek loses the handle. And Shen gets all the way back to play some defense. Horacek down low. Gilmore saved by Crosby. Trying to go through the 5-hole. Horacek went for a change. McQuaid goes for a change. The Lakers regroup. Ryan on the ice. Gilmore. Pass to Ryan. Wouldn't go. Shen out of the zone. And a good job by Gilmore to get back. Here comes Ross. In. Shoots. Stopped by Milberg. Still in play. Shen taken down. He's shaken up as the Golden Flyers get it right back into the offensive zone. Circling back and passing it all the way across. Missing Lucier, and Ross has it for Nazareth. Almost a dangerous play there. Dropping it, but Agusa will have it for the Golden Flyers. Laflemme skating up past the red line. In neutral ice, now into the offensive zone. Around the goal, Ryan on his back, giving a couple whacks with 1:17 to go. Laflemme drops it off. Here's Lucier. Regrouping back to neutral ice. Looking for space. Connor Gato on his back now. Uses the net as protection, and he'll look to break it out. Here comes Lucier. Through neutral ice, using the space in front of him. A shot was blocked by Travis Baker, and now here come the Lakers the other way. 2-on-2 across the red line. Here's Baker towards the middle. That pass wouldn't go for Burke. Lucier the other way, turns back, looking for space, and he's got a man in stride. Past the blue line, behind the back, there goes Mann. Mann all the way back for Frost. Blake Frost and Ross gets on the ice. Mann, Frost, and Ross for the Golden Flyers as Frost loses the puck there, and here come the Lakers. It's Semrad on a 1-on-1. Semrad shoots, and a save by Crosby, who gets the whistle with 15 seconds to go in this overtime period.
Yeah, Crosby with all eyes on him. 15 seconds to go, as you said, standing tall in the right place at the right time. A lot of chances for both of these teams. It's just the defenses that are applying so much pressure right now.
Face off to the right of Lincoln Crosby, who's made 29 saves in this game. It's Burke against Shen. Off the draw, McQuaid handling it. Poked away. Kai Shen is all over it. He chips it up the wall, and here come the Golden Flyers the other way. That pass is a little ahead. Coming into the zone, 4 seconds to go. Dangling around in front. Milberg had to make a save with 1/10 of a second to go in overtime. Let's see if we get a whistle, face-off, excuse me.
Yeah, no, you have to think this one will just go to a shootout. unless more time is out of the clock, which I don't see happening. But you have to think it's going to be a shootout for both teams as Milberg still standing tall in that net, sitting on the puck.
1/10 of a second to go. They'll likely put Kai Shen on the draw to get a lefty shot. They need a miracle to beat Brandon Milberg here. Checking the time are the referees. A good job by Stanijevic, though, to drive the net, get around the Lakers defenseman, and put it on goal. Force Milberg to make a save. So here we go. The net is empty for Nazareth. Crosby goes to the bench. They added 5/10 of a second. 0.6 seconds to go on the clock. Shen tries to shoot. It wouldn't go. It was blocked by Burke, and we will head to a shootout.
Yeah, this one ever so entertaining on Tuesday night at the Deb. Great performances by both goalies, and this is where they really will be battle tested in the one-on-one situations with both goalies standing firm in the net. Both Milberg and Crosby are being rolled out for these shootout periods. And on the game, both goalies standing tall, adding to their accumulations, as Crosby with 29 saves on the game as of right now, whereas Milberg has 16 when he was subbed in the second period for Michael Manzi.
We see the difficult saves Milberg had to make, especially in this overtime, and he has been stellar tonight for the Lakers, and now he'll really be tested. Connor Gato will be the first shooter for Oswego. They elect to go first as the home team. Gato will start us off. Connor Gato in on Crosby. Missed it wide on the backhand.
Ooh, that was a great move, just a miscalculation on the angle by Gato, as now Nazareth tries to get the revenge.
It's Harrison Dumas for Nazareth, and he'll face Michael Manzi. Dumas against, Brandon Milberg. Loses control, and it's stopped in the crease. Milberg shuts the door.
Yeah, trying to pull off some flashy moves for the Nazareth Golden Flyers, but not able to do so is number 21, Dumas.
It'll be Grenier for the Lakers in on Crosby. Moving in with speed, and he loses a handle. The Lakers, both first shooters won't go. And now the test comes to Matthew Fair, who will face Brandon Milberg.
A great stop by Crosby there. Not a direct stop, but he got in the face.
Here comes Matthew Fair. He scores through the 5-hole of Milberg. And that's the first goal of the shootout for Nazareth, and it's all up to Burke.
Yeah, Burke needs all the support from Laker faithful right now, trying to get a goal on the board in the final frame.
It's Ryan Burke. He has to score or it's over. Burke scores! What a move around Crosby. And we're tied.
An absolutely elite move from Burke right there. Just duking out Crosby to get him off his angle. Goes to the left side, notches that one right through.
Blake Frost, if he scores, it's over. Frost in on Milberg. Stop by Milberg, and we'll move on.
Yeah, it was just a textbook, really good stop by Milberg right there at the right place and the right time.
He tried to go the same spot Fair went through that 5-hole, and Milberg shut the door. It is Ryan. Justin Ryan through the right side. Off the post. He tried the ghost move to put it by Lincoln Crosby. And Milberg has to come up with another save. This time, it'll be Charles Ross.
Yeah, and he had the fake on Crosby, just a bad angle hit off the pole.
Ross to win it. Scores! And Nazareth wins it in the shootout. Past the blocker of Brandon Milberg, and the Golden Flyers defeat the Oswego State Lakers on home ice. The huge underdog story after the Lakers are able to come all the way back from 4-1 down. And the Nazareth Golden Flyers congratulate their heroic goaltender, Lincoln Crosby, on a phenomenal game to seal this victory on the road.
Yeah, and the forecast said snow, but it didn't account for the Golden Flyers as Ross notched that one in the final shootout. Just an absolute dogfight between two teams. Nazareth getting the best of the number 4 team in the country, a premier upset for the Golden Flyers as we get tight in these conference races.
The Golden Flyers now move on to 10-6-1 on this season. And really, they were heading into this game as a huge underdog. We really highlighted the fact that they had struggled scoring in this season, Logan, and they really had no problem doing that today.
Yeah, I mean, they just took chances where they could get them turn defense into offense at the exact right time. Caught Oswego off of their guard a lot of the time. Milberg put up a very valiant performance, but it seemed that the fatigue got to not just him, but the rest of the Oswego defense as we fell into the final stages.
The Lakers will salute the crowd as the Golden Flyers head off the ice following a 5-4 shootout victory as the Lakers raise their sticks. And we'll say goodnight to the crowd. Coach Ed Gosick heads off the ice as well. And what an effort by Brandon Milberg coming in relief for Michael Manzi as well. Unfortunately, can't come away with the victory, but he made some incredible saves in that overtime as well.
Yeah, that he did. He was in the right place a lot of the right times. Nazareth got the better of him ankle-wise in that final shot. So he'll be looking to move up the depth chart in the latter stages of the season.
Well, for now, we're going to send it back down to the ice where Piper Kiernan's talking to the heroic goaltender, Lincoln Crosby, after defeating the Lakers.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach James McDonald and star goalie of the game. So what would you guys say happened? You guys were up 4-1 and then had to go into overtime for a shootout.
Yeah, you know, obviously you're disappointed that you give up those 3. I thought second period, I know we scored twice, got up, had a nice lead, but I don't think we played well. I think we played well in the third, and you wish you could pull it out there at the end, but bounces like that happen. That's the game. So.
And then do you think anything helped you really with that shootout, making sure that you were able to stop those goals in the shootout, making it to the very end?
I mean, we always practice the shootouts. You know, I have trust in my teammates. They have trust in me, so just do what we do.
And then is there any feeling towards beating the number 4th seed in the D3 right now?
Yeah, it's a huge confidence builder. I know it's non-conference, but to beat a team like this, especially in their barn, is always exciting, and hopefully gives us a really good push going into the end of our season in terms of league play.
Okay, thank you guys very much. Back to you guys in the press box.
The Nazareth Golden Flyers complete the upset over the Oswego State Lakers. Thank you for tuning in from James Fitzpatrick and Logan Weingartner here in the Steve Levy press box. We'll be back here Friday night where the Lakers will face off against Potsdam. Kenny Gerard and Lucas McGarry have the call. Don't go anywhere. Eddie, Michelle, and Aiden will wrap this all up on the postgame show here on WTOP 10.
Who doesn't love extra hockey here in the Deborah F. Stanley Arena? Unfortunately, the Lakers drop one. But how about the Nazareth Golden Flyers? They take this one 5-4. We saw that go to shootouts after a 5-minute overtime period, guys. What a game we had tonight.
Yeah, that was really insane. The first few minutes there were a little slow. You could hear every pass connecting, but those passes were connecting, and that's what really was so huge for the Nazareth Golden Eagles. It was really a great game for them overall. Obviously, they took home the win tonight, which is huge. But they really just came together offensively and defensively. They put up those screens and they capitalized on those opportunities for goals, and it got them where they are right now.
Yeah, James McDonald, the head coach of that Golden Flyers team, picking up a big win here early in his career. It's his first season, and he takes down the 4th-ranked Division III team in the country, although the Lakers gave him a run for it, Aiden, towards the end of that game with about a minute or so left. Talk about what happened there, that sequence.
I think they got complacent, definitely. I think Nazareth got definitely complacent throughout the game. You heard McDonald say that in their interview with Piper Kieran, how towards that third period, they didn't play well in the second period. They didn't play that well in the third. You let the Lakers get to a point where it was a 4-4 game, where they had to force shootout overtime. Had they been able to lock that down in regulation, that's 2 points Oswego wouldn't be getting. 1 point rather, Oswego wouldn't be getting, which could definitely make a difference in the standings going forward.
Yeah, Lakers made it really close. It was Ryan Burke with about a minute left or so. Our producer Mike put it into our script here with Ryan Burke, you beauty, with 7 Ys. So definitely a storyline there if the Lakers were able to overcome that Nazareth offense and win this one. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But how about the Golden Flyers taking down such a prominent team like the Oswego Lakers, who have such a potent offense throughout the season? But the Flyers, I mean, the stats were pretty close. 33 shots on goal for the Lakers to just 29 for the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Power plays also pretty close. I mean, this team really hung with the Lakers, and that wasn't something we were really expecting. But, you know, talk about how Nazareth played tonight.
Now, how about another thing? Nazareth played really well. My predictions, recording 3 points. Both of my players to watch tonight. 2 points for Vassallo, and then 1 point for Burke to start the game. Sorry, not for Burke. For Frost to start this game off, my first game. I go 2 for 2 on player of the game. How about that?
You'll definitely have to keep
Players
signing
to
up
watch.
for these games because you nailed your players to watch today. Somebody none of us had as a player to watch was the goalie Brandon Milberg. Really solidified his case today to earn that starting role back, the senior transfer from Sacred Heart. Had himself a game. He came in relief. And, he just made save after save. Another perfect game that's now 2 consecutive as he closed out that Plattsburgh game on Saturday with another clean sheet. But, I mean, Brandon Milberg, guys, talk about how he played coming in midway through that second period.
I didn't know what we were going to see from him coming in off the bench, but I thought he really pulled this together well. I thought, coming into the game cold. He doesn't have that warm-up period. He doesn't get to see the team as well. But one thing is that he gets to watch the game develop more from that bench, and I think he had maybe that advantage coming in, seeing how Nazareth had played earlier.
And to interject on that, Piper over here, she was right on the ice for that entire shootout. She had an amazing view at center ice, waiting for that player to interview there at the end. What did it look like watching those only 2 goals that Brendan Milberg let in since he came in? Were the 2, goals that decided the game. But what was it like to watch those goalies so up close to that shootout?
It was honestly very intense. On the side there, I was talking to number 7 on Nazareth the entire time because he got injured. And we were just talking about the game and how the shootout was going. And each side was just bringing the intensity, and they were bringing in their best people to try and shoot and score. And it was just great because I was also hearing, the play-by-play from number 7 on Nazareth, all in his head, all of his thoughts for the shootout. So it was honestly really great.
Absolutely. Now, this loss not looking too good for the Lakers. They were on a 7-game winning streak, and they just dropped one to the underdog Nazareth Golden Flyers. Aiden, what does this mean for the Lakers? How are they going to bounce back?
I think this means this has to be one where you go into that film room tomorrow, the day after, you look at what went wrong. I think most of what went wrong was the neutral zone for both teams, but the Nazareth was able to take advantage of that. I think if they clean up the neutral zone play, stop the turnovers, and be more aware of how the game's developing first period, because if they make those adjustments earlier, then we're potentially looking at a different score. But I think you got to go back to the video room and see what actually went wrong watching this game back.
Absolutely. Now, on the flip side for the Golden Flyers, Michelle, they just took down the 4th best D3 team in the country. What are they going to do to continue this momentum? I mean, they dropped 2 to Utica before this, but now they've got a pretty big win under their belts. What are they going to do going forward?
Yeah, I think with this tie added to their rap sheet after those, huge goal differential losses in the last week or so, I think this is going to be really important for them for the rest of their season. Like head coach said, they're kind of going into the last few weeks here. I think this is going to be big for them. They came in here with something to prove tonight, and they did what they needed to do to get that done.
I totally agree. What a game here in the Deborah F. Stanley Arena, the first of our semester, and a pretty good one, too. That was really enjoyable. Unfortunately, the Lakers couldn't pull it off, but there's more Lakers hockey coming our way. We'll be back later this week for some more Oswego State Lakers hockey. You're watching WTOP 10 TV. Have a good night, everybody.